Check, check, check. Good morning. Let's do this. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Busy weekend.
Yeah, we did some stuff.
Separately. It's true.
Right.
Went to Southbound. They had their 8th anniversary party.
Right.
Crazy to think it's been 8 years of Southbound.
At that point, it's like a child's birthday party where all their friends come over and they just wreck the joint. So that's what I imagine the party was like on Saturday.
I didn't stick around for the Cleverleys, but I was there for the train wrecks. Forget how good those guys are. It has been way too long since I've seen them. They are just great live. Watching Jeremy, our buddy who works at Southbound, Hop Atomica, play the drums. That dude just loves life when he is on stage. So much fun to watch. They had some really good beers. It was the most beers I have seen on the board at Southbound in I don't know how long.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of IPAs. They had a peach lager that was really good.
Oh, nice.
I went back to the Dunkel 2 or 3 times.
The Dunkel.
It was delicious.
What
it was really good.
Very sophisticated beer drinker you've become, Cotter. You're drinking Dunks.
So as I'm at Southbound, I just plan on going home after the train wrecks are done. But you tagged me in a post on Facebook. Debilation put their mint chocolate stout on tap.
That's right.
So I'm like, well, I've got to drive all the way the other side.
Right.
And now go to Debilation.
Well, I mean, I CC'd you. I just put CC and then I tagged you on Facebook because I felt like it was almost like a work-related thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make sure that you saw it. I mean, it'd be a real shame if you missed it.
I saw it. I went. I drank it. It was good, man. It was very much I was expecting a sweet chocolate, but they used like a bitter, unsweet chocolate.
Interesting.
Which actually kind of blended really well with the mint. And as I was sitting there, of course, I had to have another beer. So I had their hazy IPA, which is really good. But I met Walter and Crystal, 2 listeners of rock of the show, hung out and talked to them for about 45 minutes. Super awesome people. So Debilation is just cool. It's just a fun place to hang out.
Yeah, it's definitely a spot that we need to kind of hear on the southern side of the city. So it's really cool that Debilation's there. I went to Charlotte, man, and I hit up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breweries on this trip. I think probably the coolest one of them. I mean, if you're looking at like just like the aesthetic, Petty Thief Brewing, very, very cool. But the busiest and largest footprint was Sycamore. And our friend Logan was in just for beer for breakfast the other day. Their spot is gigantic. There must have been 1,000 people at the brewery. And I'm not kidding.
Oh, my Lord.
There must have been 1,000 people at the brewery. It was insanely busy. Got to meet Igor over there and had a beer with him. He works for Sycamore. But wow, was that place insane. Got to go to a Charlotte Knights game. It's the minor league baseball team that's right next to the where the Panthers play.
Yeah.
That has the most incredible like sight line of the city. Like no matter where you're sitting, you're essentially like surrounded, like sunken into downtown Charlotte. So that was super, super cool. Plus, had a mango habanero donut, Cotter.
I didn't know there were such things, but I'm intrigued.
It was like habanero dust to put upon a beautiful mango like icing donut. And it was very good. Had a nice little kick of heat, which I appreciated.
I will say hats off to the shirt you're now wearing. I'm guessing that was from Wooden Robot, one of the breweries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. I love the name anyway, but if that's the logo, that is fantastic.
Yeah, and I stopped by a place called Devil's Logic as well, which is another brewery that I think probably had the best beers on the trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, it was a good weekend. Hopefully yours was nice. Coming up on the show today, are you smarter than a community college dropout? That is brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery in Beaufort. We're going to talk the best sitcoms of all time. We got Big Money Monday coming up. I'm going to take your calls, comments, and texts. I like today's topic because it's so simple.
Yeah.
Everybody's experienced this. What is the worst thing you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe? You don't have to think too hard about this one, guys.
And how'd it happen?
Super easy. We're going to talk Torture Tuesday. And, of course, we got about last night. Chernobyl alcohol, that's a thing. Tawny Katane, unfortunately, passed away. And she's best known for doing the cartwheel on the cars in the White Snake video. Billy kind of laid down a challenge that we pay tribute to Tawny by doing a cartwheel on a car. I'm not going to do that. But in the hallway, right outside the radio station, we're going to try to get it on camera. When we're talking about this here in a few minutes, I'm going to attempt to do one in the hallway.
Yeah, it's just like Creed from The Office. He just wants to do one beautiful cartwheel.
Oh, it's not going to be beautiful. I just hope I don't throw out my back. That's the one downside to that.
Me too. I don't want Grumpy Cotter.
And then coming up next, we're talking Kentucky Derby and some cheating. Stick around. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. It's pretty reckless, and so it went. Rock 106.1.
Morning, everyone on the stream. Don't mind me. I'm just going to share a few things around.
Do it. Yeah, I have not done. I can't do a cartwheel. I'll tell you that right now. Cartwheel is not going to happen. I will attempt some sort of flip type activity, though, in the hallway.
Flip type activity.
Yes. At one point in time, I could do, not without my hands, but I could do like a handspring, and I could do like multiple in a row. That was when I was much younger. Now I'm just going to hurt myself. Good morning, Gibby. Oh, man. It is definitely a Monday. Did not want to get up this morning. Laid in bed a little extra longer than normal.
I made sure I went to bed extra early last night just so I didn't feel like utter crap just because I was traveling all day yesterday.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel actually pretty good.
So I was, where was I? Oh, I was at Debilation, and my wife called and said, hey, somebody posted to the community Facebook page. They've got some like bags of topsoil at a house they're just giving away. They're just extra. Can you go grab it? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll see if it's still there. So I get there and I drive, and it's like 2 houses down from mine, so super close. But I drove past, and they had it like back by their garage, not out by the road. So I'm like, I'm not just gonna walk up to somebody's garage and take stuff. Okay. So I pull into, I drive around the block, I park, and then I message them on the Facebook. It's like, hey, is it still available? I'm like, yep, it's right there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come over. So I'm just kind of standing in their driveway, like, this is kind of weird, you know. So I'm slowly bending over to pick it up, and a guy comes out. I'm like, hey, here to get the topsoil. I was like, yeah, take it all. So I'm like, all right, 4 bags, I could do this. So I go to pick up 4 bags of topsoil to lug, 2 houses down to my house. He's like, you need any help? I'm like, no, I got it. Lift it up. And as soon as I picked it up, I went, I don't got this. And I went far enough just so I thought he couldn't see me. And then I dropped it. And then I picked up 2 bags, carried them the rest of the way.
Wow.
I went back for the other 2.
Tried to do all 4 at once.
It was a mistake.
Fucking show off.
Oh, there was no showing off. All right, got about 90 seconds. Going to hop into About Last Night. Story number 1. Medina Spirit could be stripped of the Kentucky Derby victory.
All right. I think I am set there. Sure. Okay. Yeah, Cotter tried to be a tough guy.
It did not work.
Gibby, yeah.
I thought I could do it. I'm like, I can do 4 bags. It's easy. No, it wasn't. I got it like because there's like a curve right by my house, so kind of around. So I walked far enough, got behind like a car and a tree, and I was just like, I don't think he can see me now. I'm just going to drop him right here.
Gonna let this natural vegetation hide me.
But we got topsoil now. Yay.
I'm excited that you got topsoil.
Thanks.
Us like suckers yesterday went out and bought a bag. Oh, what an idiot.
Ugh.
Planting soil.
We'll be back, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, don't forget tickets for our 20th anniversary concert featuring Puddle of Mud, Filter, and Sponge. And local guys Lilac went on sale Friday morning. You can get those now at etix.com. You can also check out the link at rock1061.com. Let's get into about last night. So Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit and Brock Lesnar have something in common.
Oh, what's that?
They both won their event and then tested positive for drugs.
Wait, is Brock Lesnar a horse now?
No, well, I'm just saying he won his UFC fight back in, 16?
Yeah.
Then he got tested positive for drugs. They took that away. Medina Spirit, the winner of the Kentucky Derby, their victory is now in jeopardy because the horse failed a post-race drug test, and his trainer is a Hall of Fame trainer, Bob Baffert, and Churchill Downs has now suspended him, and this is like his 5th horse in the past year to test positive for drugs.
Yeah, he's a big-time drug guy.
Yeah, this is not a thing. Not good, guys.
No, he goes, I am the most scrutinized trainer, and I am okay with that. The last thing I want to do is something that would jeopardize the greatest sport. I'm worried about the sport. This is a pretty serious accusation, Bob says. We're going to have to get to the bottom of it. We didn't do it. I think he did, because he got nailed for this very specific drug with the same exact horse like a year ago.
Yeah, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
This is not a one-off.
Yeah, the drugs didn't just happen to jump into this horse. The cocaine doesn't jump into your body. I mean, you snorted it. This horse was juiced up. Now, the horse wasn't juiced up. Essentially, they just put a drug in there to make sure the horse didn't feel any pain in its joints so he could run essentially harder and more carefree. And that's why Medina Spirit got the win.
Yeah, it's beta-methasone, and it's there to, like you said, treat pain and inflammation in horses. He had too much in his system, I guess, or you have to tell them 14 days out or something like that. But it was there, so there's no timeline as to whether or when they may strip the horse of his title. Mm-hmm. But if he does, that means runner-up Mandaloun will become the winner. But if you bet on Mandaloun, you're screwed.
Yeah, so essentially they are not going to go back and take the money back from the people who won with Medina Spirit. So yeah, if you bet on this race, you're absolutely screwed. And then of course Medina Spirit not going to take home that $1 million+ home a bounty that the horse won for winning the Kentucky Derby. So everyone loses essentially at this point. Plus Medina Spirit possibly still could participate in the Preakness this weekend, which is super weird.
Yeah, I'm surprised they would let the horse compete. Now, the Preakness could disqualify the horse and not let him run, but if he runs and is stripped of the title and it's given to Mandaloun is not running the Preakness, so that means there'd be no shot at a Triple Crown this year.
Yeah, there's no way Triple Crown's happening this year, which it just sucks for the sport in general because this sport needs the love it gets every single year.
Well, yeah, they have 3 races that anybody cares about, and really only anybody cares about one of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more. We got 2 more stories about last night. Coming up next, we're going to talk Tawny Katane. Passed away over the weekend. Yes, in honor of Tawny, I will attempt some sort of flip-like physical activity in the hallway. We'll try to get that on the live stream as well. It's coming up next. More about last night. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Let's see. White Snake Tawny. I haven't seen those videos in years.
Oh, I know, right?
I don't even know what a flip of hers would even look like.
I don't think she does a cartwheel. They mention it as a cartwheel, but it looks like she just kind of does a front handspring thing. I don't know. I'm gonna hurt myself, guys. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, she does a front double hand flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so instead of doing this, she just
this front
does the front.
Yeah, I can't do a cartwheel to save my life. I may not be able to do this.
Cartwheel's the easiest thing.
I can never do
stay
one.
Stiff. You've never done a cartwheel.
Not a good one. Not one that I can do like a round off. My cartwheels always end up like in a round off thing.
Right.
But I've never been able to do a cartwheel.
More on Charles. I realized yesterday morning why I don't go out drinking anymore. I hear you there. I actually didn't get too crazy drunk over the week. I definitely got more drunk Friday though than Saturday.
Okay.
But I a nice little easy weekend. I essentially was drinking just like one beer an hour.
That's a good pace.
Because I would just like go from one brewery to another, and I was drinking all light stuff. Actually, I think my last beer out was a 3.6% alcohol Japanese rice lager called Sakura, which is every single buffet in the area. Here, I want to shoot you this real quick. Check your email.
Okay.
So on the TV show The Office, Creed does a perfect cartwheel, according to him. Check out the link.
It's not popped up yet. So.
Yeah, give her a little refresh. You should be there.
There it is. Let's see. Let's see Creed's.
Yeah.
That'd be about what my cartwheel looked like. What a rush.
What a rush. Don't mind us, guys. I'm going to take out the camera 3's cord. Oh, come on. There we go.
Jesus. That's all the cord.
It's a 10-footer, man.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. We're trying to get enough cord so I can get a camera out in the hallway.
Billy Marshall laid down the challenge. I feel obligated to at least attempt. Oh, yeah. That's plenty. Oh, it's on, guys. It's on.
I view Billy Marshall as a terrorist. I don't give in to terrorist demands. I actually don't even think she's real. I met her once, but I'm still not sure it was her.
All right.
It's like meeting someone where their voice doesn't match up with their body. And you're like, that's not them.
All right. We've got Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of. And we'll come back with the Tawny Katane story. And I will attempt the flip thing.
Just checking out. Okay. Yep. There's guest solo. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna do man on the street. I'm gonna hand camera Cotter's front flip onto a very hard surface that will no way turn out badly for him. Morning, Mac. Good morning, guys. Sorry, it's Monday, so you know how chill we are. Love to run it chill. Very chill. How's everyone's weekend? Charles, you got wasted on Saturday, it sounds like. Gibby, did you get all of your top 5 done for the weekend? Mac, I just imagine every weekend you hang out with your mother. So how's your mom doing? I think she was hanging out with her mom, though. I think she drove home for Mother's Day.
That's Mother's Day. I get it.
I called my mom. She told me the same exact thing she told me on Friday. She's that old lady. Well, the carpets need to be changed out. They're coming Wednesday. Okay, Mom. What else did you do this weekend? You do anything yesterday?
Mowed the yard.
Oh, proud of you. Nice.
So here's the thing. I've got...
oh, Christ.
No, I've got an electric mower. So plugged it in. It was, charged. Looked like the charge was full. I've never had an issue where I've ran out of a charge mowing my backyard. I have one little patch of grass still.
Like one strip?
Yep. Well, it's a little bit more than a strip, but it's one little section that my mower died on. It's like, God dang it.
You got the weed whacker, right?
I did, but I'm like, I'm not going to weed whack that.
All right.
So I'll just plug back in the mower and I'll finish it later. But
you didn't plug it back in? You didn't recharge it?
No, I was done at that point. Yeah.
Would you just stop and just leave it there and walk away?
I put it away. Mower's back in the garage.
Mom is great. Had an awesome Mother's Day. Niece attached to my hip the majority of the weekend. It was great.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I called my mom, said, hey, typical my mom fashion. Phone call lasted about 5 minutes. Out of the blue, she's like, all right, see you guys later. See you, Mom.
Did you send your mom anything? Did you do anything for your mom?
Mm-mm.
I asked my mom on Friday. I'm like, hey, let me. My mom's she refuses to let me send anything to her, at least over the last few years.
Right.
But my mom just moved into a new house, and I'm like, hey, can I get you anything for the house? You need new rugs. You want new. You need new silverware, new dishes, new robes, new socks. I'm like, what do you need? I got everything I need. I need new carpets. I'm like, I'll buy you new carpets. What do you need? She's like, well, I just need someone to come rip up the old ones. And I always just feel like she's always trying to poke me. Be like, you should be here ripping up my carpets. Like, okay, Mom. I got a guy in Deer Creek, Illinois who could stop by. We are 2.5 minutes away from Tawny Katane. She passed away on Friday. Sad. Her real name was Julie. That's weird.
Yeah.
I only ever knew her as Tawny Katane. Also, she didn't really I would say work these last 3 decades.
No.
How the hell did she survive?
She did some bad reality television. I'm sure she got a little bit of money for that. I mean, she was married to David Coverdale, and she was married to the guy from Rats, so I'm guessing maybe some money from that. I don't know.
I just love these certain celebrities, which you are like, oh my God, I remember them. And where the hell have they been? They're like, somehow they're just they're still living in a mansion in California. How does that even work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Once you hit a certain level of status, do you just get to live there for free? Is that why it's so goddamn expensive to live in California? Gibby, congratulations. Your wife and kids are still alive. Went to Warner Robins, surprised the mom-in-law. That's nice. Max, mom, you're not going to see me for another 9 weeks.
Her, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time I saw my parents. It's been over a year. They came down the Christmas prior to the pandemic starting, and I haven't been home since. Dana and my youngest kid are going to go home in June for about a week, but I'm not going to go for that. So, yeah, I don't know when I'll see him next.
Last time I saw him was my dad's funeral in February. Remember that?
I do.
I saw them both. Well, my dad was in a bowl.
Cremated?
Yeah, he looked good.
Cremated?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, he was cremated. He lost some weight. Looked nice.
We'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Story number 2 of About Last Night. Word came out over the weekend that Tawny Katane died on Friday, passed away in her home in California. She was 59. No word yet on the cause of death. Of course, she's most famous for being the video vixen in the 80s, appearing in all of those Whitesnake videos, probably most famously for Here I Go Again, where she did the cartwheel or flip thing on the cars.
It's almost like you're forgetting her work in the amazing Tom Hanks film Bachelor Party.
Dude, Bachelor Party is an underrated movie because it was before Tom Hanks hit it big.
Right.
He was doing an R-rated 80s comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's still pretty funny.
I'll tell you what, man. Near the end, though, Tawny Katane, she looked more like the Cowardly Lion than she looked like Tawny Katane from the 80s. She had a lot of work done, and she had like those high kind of cheekbones. It was a rough look.
She had some issues with substance abuse. I mean, she appeared on some really bad reality shows.
Oh, yeah.
Later in life.
Like Sober House.
Surreal Life. Botched.
Ooh,
Celebrity Rehab with
Botched.
Dr. Drew.
Celebrity. All of those. Those are the shows you don't want to be on.
No. And you were wondering, what has she done for a living? I mean, she was married to David Coverdale.
Okay.
Prior to that, she dated Rat guitarist Robin Crosby. She married Angel pitcher Chuck Finley from 97 to 2002.
Oh, Angels pitcher. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so she had a type. You had to be a rock band or an athlete.
You had to have money so she could live.
So she got divorced 3 times.
Yeah,
so she
right?
could afford her lifestyle.
So Billy Marshall posted to the Rock 1061 Facebook page, kind of laying down the challenge that you and I should pay tribute to Tawny Katane and attempt some sort of cartwheel or flip type thing on a car. I'm not going to do it on a car.
Right.
We've got enough room in the hallway.
Yeah.
That I think I can do this, hopefully without knocking pictures off the wall.
Yeah, I think so. So we're going to try this right now, right?
Yes. Are we just going to make it stream only and we'll go to a break?
Yeah, let's go stream only because we wouldn't exactly get great audio for it.
So if you want to see this, hit up the stream right now, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm going to attempt, in honor of Tawny Katane, some sort of flip type thing. Don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm able to pull off at the age of 45, but it's going to happen here in just minutes in the hallway here at Rock 1061. So check out the stream now. One more story to go, and about last night. Here's the Black Keys and Low High, Rock 1061. All right, guys.
Rest in peace, Tawny Katane. All right, Gibby goes, we know you won't be hitting the ceiling.
No, ceiling, no.
All right, hold on. You can tell Cotter's excited about this because he just ran off with absolutely no... with no setup here. Here we go. All right. So here we go. We're going to go on mic 3. Or excuse me, camera 3.
You want me to turn on mic 3?
No, it's not long enough.
Okay.
So once again, we're going out into the hallway. See how this turns out.
Should I take down the pictures or should we pick the him?
Just do it.
All right, ready?
Just do it, man. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear that thud? Did you hear that thud? That was immediately a terrible idea. Immediately a terrible idea.
That was horrible.
You could literally hear the terrible idea sound come out.
Yeah, I haven't done that in years. And there's a reason.
Funnier if you'd have knocked some. It was funny because, like, right where your feet landed was Jake's picture.
Knocked Jake off the wall.
Jake's picture off the wall. Max says, real quick, movie-wise, I watched the trailer for this one over the weekend. What are y'all's thoughts on Spiral, the new Saw movie coming out on Friday? Gibby goes, that was just a warm-up. Go do another.
No, that was it.
Worth going to see in the theaters, or is the idea of another Saw movie just worn out? That's a great question. I've seen all the Saw movies because I love horror films. I'm going to probably go see the film in theaters this weekend.
I mean, I'm intrigued. I mean, if it's kind of like a rebootish, type thing of the series, right? Is that what they're going for?
Yeah, it's like a spin-off of the series with Chris Rock and Sam Jackson. So you got some pretty good actors in there instead of like just the regular like level C actors they have in any Saw film. So I think they're kind of stepping up. They have to realize they have to get some new eyes on it with some bigger names. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say it's worth your time. I think so. I think the trailers have looked solid. That R rating with both Chris Rock and Sam Jackson looks good on those guys.
What did I see over the weekend about somebody posting like the doll thing, but it was like Buff? Did you see this?
Buff?
The doll. What's the doll in Saw? The little.
Oh yeah, it was it's Jigsaw's little.
Yeah, but he was like they posted this like Buff version of it. It was weird as shit.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a joke.
All right, be right back. No, I didn't think it was in the movie, but it was just weird.
Cotter, are you okay? Cotter hurt himself. Who knows the number to 911?
I think I'm okay. I attempted some sort of front flip type activity in the hallway.
Cotter hit the ground so hard the building shook, guys. Honestly, for a minute, I was like, calling the ambulance. I had my phone in my other hand. I was ready to call the ambulance.
Let's just say I did not stick the landing.
The landing was rough.
Yeah, the landing was very rough.
You could go back and watch it on the live stream if you record a bit. But yeah, I'm going to say it was ugly.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
It was ugly.
I'm sorry. That was not a fitting tribute to Tawny Katane. My apologies. Really sincere apologies. All right, one more story to go about last night. So there is a company run by scientists that work in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and they're called the Chernobyl Spirit Company, and they make alcohol using products grown in the zone. And part of the reason is because they want to demonstrate how the land in this whole, potential radioactive area can actually be put back to productive use. Now, I love the name of their spirit, Atomic.
Atomic with a K.
And it's an apple-based spirit used with apples that are grown in the exclusion zone. So all of that I find actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, the story here is they made 1,500 bottles of this alcoholic drink, and they were actually seized, although they had a stamp on them that allowed for sale in the UK, because they were going to ship these bottles to the UK and sell them there. But for some reason, they were seized, and currently they're not being allowed to leave the country. But yeah, actually, I would love to try this stuff. Now, these guys have been kind of working around the outer rim of the exclusion zone, which is where Chernobyl happened, to, put it back to use. And they said, quote, they actually drank the first vodka martini back in 2019, and they said that it was no more radioactive than any other vodka in the world.
I mean, do you think it was taken because there is some fear that because it was used with produce?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be why it was taken,
yeah,
right?
It's all completely fear-based for sure. But yeah, I mean, I just wonder. I mean, at this point, especially the Chernobyl series, a lot of people watch that on HBO. It was incredible. I think people are just obviously scared of that area still. But I mean, eventually that area will come back to life. And it's already come back to life with vegetation now. It just has to get to a radioactive level. But these people are saying that it is good to go and ready to be utilized as farmland once again.
And they want to take some of the money they make from the selling of the spirit and actually give it back to the communities to help them kind of get back on their feet, because there are still a lot of areas that have been affected economically because of the disaster that happened back in 1986. They're still suffering.
There was tons of people who were displaced, who lost everything, homes, everything. It was crazy.
Would you try it if you could? The Atomic Apple Spirit.
I will keep it in my house, but I will not try it until I get much older.
Until I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we've got to talk Torture Tuesday. It's happening tomorrow, and in my humble opinion, one of the potentially most disgusting Torture Tuesdays we have ever done.
Yeah, I'm leaving work early just so I can work on it.
Oh, dear God. We'll tell you what's going down coming up in a bit. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, I've already started show prepping for tomorrow, if it tells you anything. Yeah, I got to get out of here because I actually, over the weekend, my wife and I, we workshopped the entire Torture Tuesday.
Great.
And it's not going to take a ton of time. I just have to go get everything that's included in the Torture Tuesday. Right. But we'll describe that here more in a little bit. Gibby, I should not definitely pay tribute to Tawny Katane like Cotter did, mostly because I never liked her.
Fair enough.
I don't want to give a tribute to her. Are you kidding me?
I'm going to go do coffee.
Coffee time and the living's easy. Yeah, that whole area has a stigma around it when it comes to Chernobyl and everything. No one's going to want to touch that stuff. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to want to touch that stuff, but I think the overall feel of it is no one wants to kind of get around that stuff. So that's why people are not screwing with it. All right, guys, so here is how we're working the rest of the show. Well, not all of it, but coming up next, we're going to do Torture Tuesday. Then we're going to take your call-ins, your texts, your comments here on the stream. What is the worst you've ever hurt a finger or a toe? We've all slammed our toes into cabinets and door frames, which we've wanted to then burn the entire house down for doing. But what is the worst you've ever hurt yourself when it comes to your fingers or toes? A lot of people have cut themselves on saws. I mean, drunkenly kick something and broke 4 toes. We want to hear your stories. So if you got some good ones, please drop them into the chat. Cotter is back.
Yes.
Don't worry, he'll be leaving soon to get the rest of his coffee.
Yes.
Did you have a good trip to Charlotte? How was the beer tour? Charlotte was good, man. I actually, hold on. I think I wrote down, or did I delete all the places I went to? Yeah, I deleted all the places I went to. My favorite places that I went to were Devil's Logic Brewing. I thought they had some incredibly tasty beers. I actually brought Cotter back some, I think it was Mary and Ginger and coconut cream ale beers.
Yeah, I'm excited to try that.
Those were really nice. And then I had a really great beer. I actually brought back a little growler for our buddy Jake over there. I got the Havana Banana Cabana. It is a banana stout. It is unfiltered. So, I mean, when you pour this thing out, it is thick looking. I mean, you cannot see through it. It's more of it's not like a dark, like black stout. It's much more of like kind of a brownish stout. But man, this thing is tasty. It is so delicious. And it comes in at almost 9% alcohol. I got that at Heist Brewing. So yeah, I think I went to like 6 or 7 breweries in Charlotte. And they have 100 there. Like, it's ridiculous. I pick and chose my favorite spots, and we went to spots that just look cool to us. The coolest place, like overall aesthetic wise, was a place called Petty Thieves Brewing. Petty Thieves, like, they had like all this kind of like reclaimed old school like furniture vibe, and it just had a really cool like look to it. Their beers just okay, but I'm like their facility, which I think they've only been open for a couple months, just freaking cool, man.
Nice,
super cool stuff. So yeah, the trip was cool, man. I enjoyed Charlotte. Charlotte is just, I think I mentioned it to Cotter earlier today, but I mean, like, it was just like, it's just cleaner Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's I thought Atlanta was bigger than Charlotte, but then I looked it up. I'm like, Charlotte's bigger than Atlanta. It's a bigger market than Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. Same here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like city space wise and population, Charlotte is larger than Atlanta.
Huh. Yeah. I would never have guessed that.
Yeah. And everything, even like everything is clean. Everything is like where Atlanta is like mostly dirty and dingy, at least to my thought. I mean, Atlanta is just like pristine, or excuse me, Charlotte's just pristine. Nice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the only time I've been to Charlotte was when we did the Carowinds thing. Mm-hmm. And we stopped somewhere and got lunch. That was my one time in Charlotte.
Carowinds is really in South Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
It's literally at the line of the border.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to look up the address of Carowinds, because when I was driving by it yesterday, I was like,
was it Carowinds because we stopped by that one place and got lunch? And I don't remember, but that was in Charlotte. I don't remember why we were there now, though. Maybe it wasn't Carowinds. I don't know.
Carowinds has a North Carolina address. I mean, it's literally on the state line, though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the, here's the line, here's Carowinds.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, we got about 3.5 minutes, guys. We'll come back on Talk Torture Tuesday. I talked to Dave while I was at Debilation. He is going to bring the habanero, mango
cool.
habanero, and the Viking beer.
Oh, right.
So he's going to bring those Tuesday. I think he goes, you want me to bring more? I'm like, you bring as many as you want. He goes, we'll do a flight. I'm like, yeah, we will. So,
wow.
So we may have more. I don't know.
We'll do some stream exclusive beer reviews, but we'll just do 2 on the air.
That's what we need. We need Cotter and Marshall flight glasses for when people come in. Be kind of a cool thing, like the little tasting glasses.
Little tasting runs.
Yeah, with our like logo on it.
Sure. Make that happen.
I might.
let's see. I got. Did I come up with 1, 2, 3? Yeah, cool. So we're going to do 6 Torture Tuesday mystery boxes tomorrow.
Jeez. Okay.
So we'll do 3 and 3. We'll do 2 breaks. We'll do 3 and 3. We can do a setup, and then we can just do 3 and 3.
Okay.
Or we can do 2, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Play it by ear, man. It's got to go long. It goes long. We will continue until somebody pukes, either me or someone at home on the stream.
It should be interesting. Yeah, but the trip to Charlotte was really nice. I had a really good time. It was the first time I got out of town since we started the show on March 1st.
Yeah. We booked end of June, the last week of June, and we'll be gone, by the way. FYI.
Cool. I will be gone from here as well.
Going to Universal.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, we haven't. So both my kids, big Harry Potter fans, never made it down to Universal because we always did Disney instead. But we're going to do one day in each of the Universal parks. You know, nothing fancy. 3 days down.
When are you going down?
It's here. I can tell you.
I'm guessing it's the weekend prior to our show.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I think it's in the week. Let's have the dates. Oh, here we go. June 22nd to the 24th.
Okay.
So I'm excited. All right, guys, be right back. So if you haven't done the stream thing yet, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, where you can watch us each and every morning, always recommend Torture Tuesday is a good first day to check out the stream because there's usually something fun and interesting going on. Tomorrow will be no different. Torture Tuesday returns, and I keep saying it, and I mean it, it could be the most disgusting Torture Tuesday we have ever done.
It's going to be something special, that's for sure. So tomorrow we are doing the Box of Mysteries. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to get a cardboard box and put a little hole in it, and then Cotter's got to stick his hand in. Inside that box will be something that he has to essentially guess based just on feel. He can't use his eyes or his sniffer to determine. Now, if he does get it right, he does not have to brush his teeth with that thing that he is feeling. But if he can't describe it mostly correctly, I will have some leniency.
I appreciate
but for some reason, you can justify and tell me what is in that bowl. You do not have to brush your teeth. But if you can't, you got to brush your teeth with it. And don't worry. I got some toothbrushes. My wife's a dental hygienist. That helps. So we have like 1,000 of them inside my house. So you got some toothbrushes tomorrow to brush your teeth with whatever my crazy mind can come up with.
Mouthwash. Bringing some of that too.
Yeah, I got a little bottle of Listerine set out for you.
Perfect. I appreciate that. And you said you've got a list of 6 things.
So you're gonna have we're gonna have 6 different mysteries for you to guess. So you'll have possibly up to 6 different things you're gonna have to brush your teeth with tomorrow during Torture Tuesday, starting at 9 a.m.
I appreciate your optimism in me when you say potentially 6 things.
Yeah,
because we both know it's going to be all 6 things.
Oh,
I'm not going to be able to guess any of them.
No, you're not going to guess any of them.
No, you kidding me?
You're screwed.
I am so screwed. So Torture Tuesday, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Check out the stream. It's going to be interesting. Coming up top of the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to take your calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. What is the worst thing you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe? Everybody's done. You stubbed your toe on a coffee table. You slammed your finger in a door. What did you do? We want your story. Get ready to call or text 800-394-1061 or leave your story in the comments on the stream. But we're going to take your calls, comments, and texts after 7. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Morning, Bob. Morning, everyone hanging out on the stream this morning. Yeah, Cotter just said it, man. We want your stories right now. Anytime that you've, slammed your hand in the door, got drunk and tried to kick through like a barn door and realize that it's, very sturdy and you hurt yourself, tell us those stories and we'll share them with all of you coming up here in just a little bit.
All right. So we had, 4 or 5 off of Facebook?
Yeah, we had a good response on Facebook.
5. Yeah, they got 5 off of Facebook. I've got several I can tell myself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I tried to find the picture of my fingers all gross and broken, but I could not find it on my phone last night. I looked.
Okay. I'm going to go get my coffee.
Once again, guys, if you have some good stories, Gibby, Dave, I want you guys to share them. A lot of mine came just from playing like two-hand touch football. Man, have I hurt myself playing two-hand touch football. What up, Jeremy? Ooh, good Lord, Jeremy. That's a story. Jesus Christ. Once again, guys, if you're hanging out in the chat, check out that story Jeremy just dropped on the Facebook feed. I think it should have popped up everywhere, but if it didn't, we'll definitely be sharing that one. Once again, tell us your stories about how you've hurt your fingers or toes. We've all done it. I got to log into our text line as well.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there yet.
Oh, also, Mark will hit us up, I'm sure.
When guys, back with the printer. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that sounds quite painful, Jeremy.
One thing we could bring up talking this week is the King of the Hog.
Oh, definitely.
King of the Hog barbecue competition is back this coming Friday. I think the weather is looking pretty decent this week. Let me check that.
Yeah, I haven't looked too far ahead yet, but yeah.
So they're calling for rain Tuesday through Friday, anywhere between 40 and 80%, but Saturday is currently clean, sunny and high of 75.
Nice. Okay, good.
Morning, Wanda. Thanks for joining in.
What's up, Wanda?
Charles says 15 years of football pretty much broke all fingers, especially my right pinky 4 times. Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
We're glad you're still able to type, Gibby. All right. You all set for trivia?
Yeah.
All right, we got a few minutes before we jump back on the air here. Uh-oh, we got a phone call. It's too early for Vic.
It's true. Rock 161. Rock 161. Who's this?
Hey, it's Charles. How are y'all this morning?
What's up, man?
Oh, let's hear it.
And we had to stand them up. And the boss was pulling blocks because he was in a hurry and there was blocks there when I was standing them up, and one of them, the tongue slipped, and it was just about up, but it came down right on my right toe, big toe. It broke my toe. It drove my toenail all the way down to the bone.
Ugh.
I had to go to the doctor. I had to pull my toenail off and stitch it up, and had to stitch it up around the bone to hold it in place. It sucked.
Oh my Lord! Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how long did it take to recover from that, man?
Well, they gave me 2 days off.
Oh no!
They're the best.
Bad thing is I had to drive to Jacksonville to see my girlfriend at the time, and I had to drive with my foot up on the dash all the way down 95.
Yeah, that's safe.
Well, glad you survived it, man. Thanks for calling in this morning. We appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, guys. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, thanks, man.
good.
See ya. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had an ingrown toenail that like really, really bothered me. And I eventually went to the doctor, and they they just like numb you up and tear it out. But I was like trying to be a tough guy, and then when they numbed it up, I actually watched them tear off my toenail. And you know what sucks? Seeing a toenail torn off your body. It is disturbing.
I bet.
Oh, Gibby followed up because I have permanent nerve damage on the tip of that finger. Half the left middle fingertip is numb and has a callus that when it gets bumped sends shooting pain up my arm. Awesome.
Good times.
Good Lord. Well, thanks for that call, Charles. We appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and answer the internet here. This is like perfect for us. Once again, play Answer the Internet question in a little answer segment we do off the air here on the Cotter and Marsh Show. If any time you wanted to eat an animal, you had to kill it yourself, would you still eat meat?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, how am I killing it? It's like, hey, you have to go beat that cow to death with your bare hands. Do I get to shoot it? I don't know.
Well, you just have to kill it. I mean, you have all the ways to kill your prey. Gun, harpoon, whatever you want, man.
Do I have to? Do I just have to kill it? Do I have to prep the meat? Because if I had to do that, no, I'd become a vegetarian. I couldn't do it.
If any time you wanted to eat an animal, you had to kill it yourself.
If I just had to kill it and go, here, process this, yeah, I could do it.
I would say that's the thing is like, obviously killing, let's say a cow is a lot of work. A pig is a lot of work. But I think I would know. Yeah, if I could just hand someone, I would do it.
Yeah, if I had to process it, no, I'd become a vegetarian. Yeah. I couldn't do that.
But I would pretty much go on a total seafood diet then at that point. Because skinning a fish.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Super easy.
Yeah.
I could do that. Getting crabs, beat them up against some rocks. Super easy. How do other people fill their freezers? Says Charles. Jeremy says, yes, I'm a big boy and got to eat. Bambi got to die. Yeah.
Good point, man. Good point.
I haven't had deer in a long time. Speaking of,
last time I had deer was probably Trailer Park because they'll do like the venison sloppy joes or whatever.
Yeah, okay,
that's really good.
I don't think I ever had those.
They're good.
I actually also never go to a restaurant and see venison on the menu and go, God damn right, I gotta get some of that. Deer jerky, yeah. My dad, when we were growing up, man, he made deer jerky all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. He's a big jerk. Like seriously, I think the one of his happiest moments outside of, well, definitely none of the kids being born. One of his happiest moments was he got like those dehydrator machines. He could make his own jerky.
Okay,
best day of his life.
Really,
dude. We had jerky for years after that. Fucking years. I just felt like every other moment he's like, could I jerky that? And he's just like, let's fucking throw it on there. Big time jerky guy. Big time jerky guy. Yeah, I think when it comes to like every time I wanted to eat meat, I had to kill it myself. Would you still eat it? I mean, I could kill anything. I have no doubt that I can murder an animal. A cow is not going to run from me very quickly, and if I have access to, a gun or something, I could kill an animal easily. When it came to the whole processing part, that's another question. Like when it comes to a pig or a cow, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get my meat at the goddamn grocery store across the street. I know, but if it came to like a fish or something, or like seafood stuff, I feel like I could process that fairly easily.
I get that. That makes sense.
70% of Barstool readers said yes. They would kill an animal themselves if they wanted to eat meat.
Yeah, I get that. About 3.5 minutes, guys. So then when we have the call, comment, and text segment, what's the worst you've ever hurt, a finger or a toe?
Gibby, yes, that is how people survived. But we're a different type of people now. We're weak. Charles, start at the butt and work to the head. That's some solid advice.
There you go. Yeah, I never hunting was not a thing we did. My dad fished. My dad loved to fish.
Right.
So I went fishing a bunch as a kid, but I've never gone hunting.
It's something I would like to do. Two things. I would like to catch a fish with my bare hands at some point.
Okay.
Which is always a funny thing to think about. And then I've always wanted to like just go out into the waters and like spear a fish. Things I've never done.
Okay. All right, got about 2 minutes. Of course, Foo Fighters playing. Foo for Bonnaroo, still a thing all this week, top of every hour. Text the name of the Foo Fighters song to 800-394-1061. Chance to get qualified for that trip to Bonnaroo. Got hotel and 3-day passes.
Someone texted us on Saturday and said, I thought the first song y'all played was Thunderstruck when you went to a rock station.
Oh, really?
I got a text in over the weekend about that.
Okay. It might be. Like I said, I wasn't here. We talked about that last week. Billy was saying it was Judith by Perfect Circle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wasn't here.
Good idea for Torture Tuesday. Cotter and Marshall have to clean a deer. Can one of us just do it? Because I would hate to have to do it with the other person, because I think it would be terribly frustrating. Do you want to do it? I want to do it. I'll do it. Just give me the knife.
Got about a minute, guys.
It'd be Cotter just like in the background, hopping up and down, going, Got a text from Salsa Mark here on the text line.
Okay.
So how do you want to work this?
That's a good question.
We got 20 seconds to figure it out.
Yeah. Do you want to start off with your story?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Keeping the call for, I'm guessing, the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, possibly the third. Be right back, guys. Get the stream and join the Horde. You can watch the show each and every day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. Download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. You can also check us out on the website, rock1061.com. This hour, taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. It's a very simple question that we can all relate to. What is the worst you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe?
I think a lot of people, everyone slammed their fingers in a car door at some point. Like, whether it just be like just the tip of it or like your whole entire hand. I mean, like, we've all done that stupid stuff. We all have gotten drunk and like try to kick our foot through an entire wall because we thought we were that strong, and then when we kicked it, we hit the stud.
Yeah.
And then we realized we are weak little bitches. I mean, for me, man, I mean, I don't know why, and I think it's just like a football thing, but I would go out on a regular basis and play two-hand touch football with a bunch of buddies of mine, and I would always play line because I'm a big dude, right? So I'm out there playing line, and we'd have like a full-on rush. So the only really physical contact portion of it was the part I got each and every week. And, man, I mean, I came away with like the ring fingers. I don't know why, but the ring fingers of both my hands, I don't know how they haven't become broken. But I'd come back like week after week and they'd be purple and like I'd be able to barely move them. And still with the left ring finger here on my left hand, I mean, sometimes when I touch it wrong, I will get a shooting pain from the tip all the way to like the middle of my hand. There's just a nerve in there that I've tweaked so many times that like it could just be anything. I could just honestly like just curl and uncurl my hands, and like that finger sometimes will get stuck and I have to like pop it out to even get it to come out and bend again. Right. It is crazy.
I mean, the worst for me was years ago. I mean, I've slammed my hands in car doors and stuff like that, but I was a kid and we were playing like in a forest or
years ago. You mean like decades ago?
Yeah. Playing in some woods behind a friend's house, and I was just running. I didn't see a stump, and my foot just came in contact with this stump. Oh. And the entire right side of my right foot, pinky toe down, was just purple. Ooh. I mean, I busted the hell out of it.
Was it a break?
I never went to the doctor with it. I probably should have.
Sick flex, bro.
I know, right? So tough. But my foot was purple for like 2 weeks. It was utterly disgusting.
Did it ever recover?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's there. It didn't fall off. So yes, it recovered.
I was just hoping to use that as your excuse for your sporting career.
Oh no, that's just so unathletic, uncoordinated, short.
I would just say people, in the right pinky just never was the same after that.
Never was the same. Messed me up forever. All right, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts. 800-394-1061. What's the worst you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe? Now, both my dad and my brother cut off the tip of their finger.
Oh, my God.
On the same circular saw.
Oh.
So my dad did it first, and he is in the basement, all the tools, and he has just the oldest circular saw, table saw you have ever seen. There is no safety mechanisms to it at all. It's literally just a sheet of metal with a saw coming up through the middle. There's no, there's no blocks.
And there's no guide.
Anything. Yeah. So he was making something, and it was just the tip, and he came running upstairs, and he's holding his finger. I'm like, you okay? And he let go, and the tip just kind of flopped over. I'm like, oh my God, what'd you do? And he put it in like just got some water, and he put it in like a bowl. Well, it was a metal bowl, and he kept hitting the bone because the bone was showing on the bowl as he was trying to hold it there, and pain just shot up his entire finger.
Oh, no.
Years later, my brother was making a cabinet or something for his girlfriend. Same circular saw, same finger, same thing.
I think that saw is haunted.
I think it is.
You got to get it out of that house.
So call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What's the worst thing you've ever heard? A finger or a toe? Tell us your story. We're going to share those next. Here's brand new stuff from A Day to Remember. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
So I've got stories from Jeremy, Gibby, and now Michael on the stream.
Okay.
So
do we want to do this call this break?
Oh, we have a call right here. Let's do the calls for the last break, and let's do Facebook and stream chats here.
Perfect. Rock 1061, who's this?
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
Lee.
Lee, you got a story for us?
Yeah. Thanksgiving Day, I was making au gratin potatoes.
Okay.
So I had the mandolin out.
Oh.
And I was just, watching the Cowboys game.
No.
Yeah.
You should have known better. It was the Cowboys.
I was named after Danny Don Meredith. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So I'm sliding it across and lost 2 tips of my fingers, and then I looked down and I was like, au gratin potatoes are done. Because there's just blood in the water.
Oh my God.
How did you recover okay?
Yeah, I did. I still have the fingers, just they're not completely intact.
They're a little shorter than normal. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, you guys crack me up. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lee.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Lee.
it. Bye.
She should have known better as a Cowboys fan. Never look at the game. Should have definitely known better. Good Lord.
All right.
All right, so we'll have that and Charles. We'll play those back on the third break. Here, you have all the Facebooks, and I have all of the I have all the stream. Why don't we just back and forth it? We'll volley it back and forth. Go ahead and start, reset, start, and then go to me.
Okay.
I'll start with Jeremy's, and then Gibby's is a little long because he kind of has a follow-up with his finger being essentially dead.
Okay.
Sorry, Gibby. So we'll go there.
Okay, yeah, all these are pretty short. I'm going to skip Drake's because his is more picture-based. I mean, it's just a picture of his crooked finger, so I'm going to skip his and start with Dennis.
Yeah. I mean, all of them are a little girthy, as Mac would say. Hopefully, Mac's still listening. Hope you appreciated that. But yeah, these are a little girthy, all of them. So yours are much shorter. All right, 20 seconds, guys. We're coming back with all of our Facebook and stream stories. In our final break, we'll actually play back the phone calls that you guys heard live here on the stream.
All right, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What is the worst you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe? This is something we can all relate to. We've all slammed a finger or a hand in a car door. We've all stubbed our toe. That's like the worst.
It is terrible because you never know it's coming.
No,
and the thing is, you did it to yourself, so you felt like you absolutely sabotaged yourself. You hate yourself for it at the same time. You can't even think straight because of the pain and anger at yourself.
So what's worse, the pain when stubbing your toe or just being mad at yourself for stubbing your toe?
The pain.
You think so?
I don't know why. Hitting your toe on anything is a 10 out of 10 every single time. There is no escalating scale. It's always the worst.
All right, call, comment, and text. What's the worst you ever hurt? A finger or a toe? Doc hit us up on Facebook. I bifurcated my middle finger with a meat slicer. Watching them reattach half a finger like that was cool. Now, here's where Doc flexes big. No painkillers or local anesthetic either. Just walked in and got it reattached.
Get out of here, Doc.
I believe that. I 100% believe that.
I find that hard to believe, for sure. Moving on to the stream, Jeremy says, morning, guys. Back a few years ago, I worked as a printer, and I was on the back end of the press machine where the finished roll of paper rolls up. I got a feeling you guys know where this is going. He goes, I was just rubbing out a few wrinkles, and then bam, my hand got pulled into the nip roller, and it slammed down on my fingers and broke 3 of them. He goes, man, it hurts so bad. Ugh.
That just sounds horrible. Dennis, he took a basketball straight off the tip of his pinky finger. He said he put one bone like right on top of the other. It slammed it down so hard. And just, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, he'll never join the Bulls. Gibby says, I was on vacation with the family as a kid, and we were eating crabs. I used a butter knife to open them, pretty much stabbing through them in the middle because I couldn't pull the tab well. I got too close to my hand and sliced through my middle finger on my left hand. Did quite a bit of nerve damage. He goes, actually, it was permanent nerve damage on the tip of his finger. Half of the left middle finger is numb, and if it gets touched, it shoots a shooting pain of sensation all the way up his arm.
Whoa.
Yeah, over a crab.
Sean McGowan, we were building a new deck for the back of my house, and I ended up dropping it on my wife's ankle. The deck on her ankle.
What?
He said he also recently dropped a large pallet on his foot at work. It is still black and blue.
That's not good.
No.
If it's still black and blue?
Still, you probably should get that looked at.
Probably should, get it cut off.
I don't think we need to go that far. Just lob it off. You don't need it anymore.
It's still black. That's not good. Go ahead.
We're taking your calls, comments, and texts, 800-394-1061. What's the worst thing you've ever hurt? A finger or a toe?
I got one more here on the stream right here. Michael says, I broke my toe last year chasing my son through the house. He had something of his sister's, and I went to reach over to grab it as he went through the doorway, and my pinky toe hit the door frame, breaking his toe. Once again, the worst pain, the toe.
All right, call, comment, and text. What's the worst thing you've ever heard? A finger or a toe? We've all got a story, and we've got 2 great calls coming up next. This is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. A record day for calls, guys. All right. Rock 106.1, who's this?
It's your buddy Vic.
Vic, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, riding to work. Heard what y'all was talking about. I figured I'd call in.
Tell us a story, man.
Well, one time I was cutting up some habaneros. And I got done cutting up the habaneros, and I had to go pee. And instantly I jumped in the shower because I didn't have no gloves on when I was cutting the habaneros up. And I mean, excruciating pain to my genitals. I mean, and it was sad, too, because, like, the more I tried to wash it off, the more it burned.
How long did you have to shower before the pain went away?
Dude, I'm talking about I poured milk down there.
So you ran naked through your house to the refrigerator, and you're pouring.
No, I got my wife to bring me a glass of milk. Ice cold milk was the only thing that would fix it.
Did you just stick your whole junk in the glass?
No, I just poured it on it. I'm talking about, man, I couldn't even think straight. I just poured it on it, and it instantly started feeling better.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad. I mean, we're not really hurting a toe or a finger story, but the pain we felt through the phone line and the other part of your body.
Y'all have a good morning, man.
Thanks, Vic. See ya.
Be good.
Doesn't exactly fit with what we're talking about, but you should just save that and put it in the Vic file.
Oh, trust me, it's saved. Ooh, another one?
We got to edit these calls at some point.
I know.
All right, let's take this one. We'll edit the calls.
Rock 106.1, who's this?
Hey, it's Dave. How you doing, fellas?
Good, man. How are you?
Not bad. It's a good day.
All right, you got a story for us?
It's only 7 o'clock in the morning, man. Jesus.
Oh my God. I work as an electrician. I've been on the slab for like over 36 years now. Years ago, I used to build houses for a manufacturing home place.
Mm-hmm.
And our supplies would come in great big boxes, our receptacle switches like that. And one day we had this big box, and I took out my razor knife and I cut the tape on the box, and I folded one of the edges over. Just kind of held it over with my hand, wasn't really thinking, and took my knife to cut the edge of the box off and cut the end of my finger off, just like that. Boom, gone.
Jesus.
Gone.
Did you see it hit the ground?
And like you were saying, your dad, the end of my finger was just hanging on like at my cuticle.
Right.
And I folded it over and I wrapped it up and I walked up to the boss. I'm like, hey, man, I cut my finger. He's like, show me. And I opened up my hand and my finger fell open. And he was like, dude, holy shit. So I just wrapped it up and I finished the day. So when I got home, I looked at it and the tip of the finger flopped over. So I took a pair of the biggest fingernail cutters I got and counted to 3 and cut that damn thing off. And man, new sense of pain. Holy crap.
What were you thinking?
And my finger to this day is still quite deformed.
Oh, man.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't. That's the problem.
Jesus Christ, man. Dave, what a call, man. Thanks for calling in and sharing that with us.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. Have a good day, fellas.
I see ya.
Thanks, Dave. All right, guys. Cotter's going to edit up some of those calls. We'll be right back.
All right. We are taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What's the worst thing you've ever heard, a finger or a toe? Now, there's one story that my father-in-law loved to tell. He worked for Keystone back in Illinois, so they did all kinds of industrial things.
Like fencing and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was a guy he worked with who cut off part of his finger on a saw. The manager came over and said, "What happened?" "Well, here's what I did." And then demonstrated it by cutting off another finger.
No.
The exact same way he cut off the first. Because the man said, "How'd you do that?" "Well, like this." Lost another finger.
That man's a little slow.
He should not have a job at Keystone doing anything.
He probably still works there to this day, honestly, knowing some employees at Keystone.
All right, we had some great calls from you guys. So what did you do? How'd you hurt a finger or a toe?
Out and was just, watching the Cowboys game.
No.
Yeah.
You should have known better. It was the Cowboys.
I was named after Danny Don Meredith. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I'm sliding it across and lost 2 tips of my fingers, and then I looked down and I was like, "I'll grab potatoes are done." There's just blood in the water.
Oh my God.
As soon as she said what she was doing, you knew where it was going, and it's still not pleasant.
I love how she was more disappointed in her au gratin potatoes being ruined than the fact that a part of her body was no longer attached.
All right, here's a great story about losing, well, at least a toenail.
So back in the ice company days, we sold blocks to the shrimping industry, and they weighed 300 pounds, and they would dump out flat, and we'd have to stand them up. And the boss was pulling blocks because he was in a hurry, and there was blocks there when I was standing them up, and one of them, the tongue slipped, and it was just about up, but it came down right on my right toe, big toe. It broke my toe. It drove my toenail all the way down to the bone.
Ugh.
I had to go to the doctor. I had to pull my toenail off and stitch it up, and had to stitch it up around the bone to hold it in place. It sucked.
Oh, my Lord.
How
Go ahead.
Yeah, how long did it take to recover from that, man?
Well, they gave me 2 days off.
They're the best.
That thing is, I had to drive to Jacksonville to see my girlfriend at the time, and I had to drive with my foot up on the dash all the way down 95.
Sounds safe.
I totally safe, right? I was waiting for the captain of that story being, "I got in an accident and didn't jam my whole leg up into my body."
Oh my gosh. Just the air swirling around his foot while his foot was on the dash. The thought of that makes me want to puke.
All right, so great calls, great comments, great texts. We're going to end with this. Dave.
Speaking of puking.
Oh, my Lord. You guys, we're just going to warn you now. This one gets rough.
I work as an electrician. I've been on the slab for like over 36 years now. Years ago, I used to build houses for a manufacturing home place. Mm-hmm. And our supplies would come in great big boxes, our receptacle switches like that. And one day we had this big box, and I took out my razor knife and I cut the tape on the box, and I folded one of the edges over. Just kind of held it over with my hand. Wasn't really thinking, and took my knife to cut the edge of the box off and cut the end of my finger off, just like that. Boom, gone.
Jesus.
Gone.
Did you see it hit the ground?
And like you were saying, your dad, the end of my finger was just hanging on like at my cuticle.
Right.
And I folded it over and I wrapped it up and I walked up to the boss. I'm like, "Hey, man, I cut my finger." He's like, "Show me." And I opened up my hand and my finger fell open. And he was like, "Dude, holy shit." So I just wrapped it up and I finished the day. So when I got home, I looked at it and the tip of the finger flopped over. So I took a pair of the biggest fingernail cutters I got. And counted to 3 and cut that damn thing off. And man, new sense of pain. Holy crap.
What were you thinking?
And my finger to this day is still quite deformed.
Oh, man.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't. That's the problem.
First off, he cuts his finger off, kind of reattaches it-ish, and then finishes his day. That is a level of dedication that I do not have.
Well, he cut the tip of his finger off twice.
And then when
with toenail clippers.
Then we got home, self-surgery.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Guys, your stories and calls today were the best.
Oh, thank you so much. You can continue to comment and text 800-394-1061. Coming up next, we're going to talk speeding ticket excuses, things that kind of may actually work, get you out of a speeding ticket. And, of course, got to get to Big Money Monday.
Yeah.
It's on the way. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061. Here's Highly Suspect in 16.
Sean, I mean, we've gotten a couple stories from here. Michael says, I'm so see you guys in July for the 20th anniversary show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shan Moore says, back in the early 80s when I was 14, I stuck my finger in the garbage disposal, cut the tip of it, and mangled it. They used a pressure bandage to put it back together. Ooh. Vic broke his finger last Thursday while masturbating, says Charles.
Well, gonna go down on a Thursday. We know that about Vic.
Sean says, I filleted the middle finger on my left hand many years ago while working at Southern Motors Honda. He pretty much walked across the street when it happened, so he didn't have to tell his boss about what exactly happened, so he could get workman's comp. He also goes on to say, when I was working at FedEx Express in Minnesota, I was watching a guy rest his hand on the conveyor belt while it was moving. There was a rogue piece of metal sticking out of the belt and watched it slice the absolute hell out of his hand. Woo-wee. Good Lord, guys.
I forgot. I got the scar here at the bottom of my thumb. I was doing something in the house, and I had just like an X-Acto knife kind of thing. And I came down and I just sliced it open.
Yeah.
Blood went everywhere, and now I have a nice scar there. Yeah.
Yeah, a buddy of mine back in the day was doing some flooring around like his furnace. Like there was a piece inside of it, like the closet where his furnace was sitting, and he was using, I forget the exact tool. It almost looked like a painter's knife type of thing.
Yeah.
And he calls me up, and I'm like driving around. I'm driving to like Target or something. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Going to Target. We're getting real crazy on this Saturday." He goes, "Can you come to my house and pick me up?" I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "I need to go to the hospital." And he just like he just like filleted the front of his finger with the painter's knife and just like jammed it in, because he was using a hammer to like kind of knock out of a piece, and it like jumped up, and then he like smashed it. I don't know. It was crazy. A couple stitches and he walked out of there just fine, but still kind of gross.
All right, let me say, I forgot. I got to save Vic's call here.
Save it to the Vic file.
Habanero penis.
Speaking of, Vic just texted in with his number for Big Money Monday. Once again, guys, thanks for your stories. Doing Big Money Monday here in just a little bit, like in the next 10-ish minutes or so. So if you haven't already, text in 1-800-394-1061. Text in your phone number, not your phone number, excuse me, your name and then a number between 1 and 9. We'll randomly choose one person, roll for them, and hopefully we're giving away money on this Monday. Once again, Monday. It's a combination.
So, we still got time.
Gibby said, great job with the call-in segment, guys. Thank you. And then Wanda goes, yeah, I enjoyed them while preparing breakfast. You know what? It's a great way to kick off your week, guys.
Ooh, Chris texted in. Never mind. We'll get to it in a second. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, we'll get to that. And we'll read that one to you. That's a good one. All right, guys. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you to everybody for hanging out on air and on the stream. If you haven't done the stream thing yet, you can join the horde on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. Coming up here in just a bit, your chance to win a $50 Visa gift card. It is Big Money Monday.
So text in with your first name and a number between 1 and 9. You have to only choose one number. You can't choose all the numbers like we've had other people do. And then we'll randomly choose one person to roll on our really cheap, crappy bingo machine. But thing is, if we roll your number, we send you a $50 Visa gift card, which is nice.
We got a winner last week. We had about a 3-week drought going.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get back into the winner's circle, if you will.
Dude, it was nice to be wet. You know, the last thing you want to be is dehydrated, right?
Yeah.
Because we were dry for so long. It's
true.
It was nice to get wet last week.
All right, so speeding tickets, they're a thing. I've gotten a couple. I've never been able to use an excuse to get out of a speeding ticket, but there's an annual survey that asks people if they have gotten out of a ticket and how they did and what strategy works the best. And they have the top 10 excuses with the highest success rate.
This is interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, have you ever gotten out of a ticket?
No, I'm not handsome enough or pretty enough to get my way out of a ticket. No.
The only time I got out of a ticket, it wasn't speeding. I did run a red light. I thought I had time. I did not. And there was a cop, and she pulled me over, and she's like, yeah, you ran that red light. And I went, yep, I totally did. I thought I had time. I did not. And she just looked at me like, you know what? It's very refreshing that you're telling the truth. Here's a warning. I went, thank you. So that was it. I told the truth.
Good for you.
But on this list, the number one thing, they say this works 26% of the time. I didn't know I was speeding.
Sure. Just absolutely play dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, it depends on how fast you're going. I mean, if you're 20 miles per hour over, that excuse isn't going to work. I mean, if you're kind of at the minimum, you know, you're 10 miles an hour over, you got a cop that's pulling you over 5 miles an hour over, I think you can use that excuse. You're going too fast, that doesn't work.
Well, right. I mean, if you're going to poke holes in this argument, yeah, that would definitely not work.
Number 2, there's a medical emergency. This works 25% of the time. I want to know if these people had a legit medical emergency or if it was just an excuse to get out of the ticket.
Yeah, do you have to show the cop your finger that's lopped off? I mean, do you have to show them that to make it like a no ticket situation? I think that's probably the only way, right?
Yeah, this one's risky because if you're making it up and then you don't have a story to go with it, now you're screwed.
Well, because a lot of times the cops will actually like escort you to a hospital if you say it's a medical emergency.
Yeah. So these are excuses to get out of speeding tickets. This is from a survey of people who said, hey, these worked. It's coming in at number 3 on this list. Mm-hmm. And I think this one is probably about the best excuse you can give. I'm surprised it only worked 22% of the time. Everyone else was going the same speed.
Right.
I mean, you're going with the flow of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if why would a cop would let you go on that? 22% of the time that worked?
Yeah.
But I mean, still, you were speeding. You admitted to essentially speeding the moment you said that.
So was everybody else. Yeah. Why'd you pick me out?
I don't know. My lawyer always told me to shut the hell up. If he says anything, I'll just be like, yes, sir, no, sir. That's what I would go with.
That works. All right, number 4 on this list. I'm late for work 21% of the time. I guess it would depend on what your job is. I mean, if it was us, I do a local morning show. They'd be like, okay, here's your ticket. Don't care.
Dude, I almost pulled out in front of a cop this morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There was the paddy wagon that was right there at Mall and Hodgson there.
Right.
I just tried to, I thought they were going straight, but they were actually turning, and I was very tired because I just woke up, minutes prior. Yeah, I almost pulled out right in front of them.
Number 5 on this list of excuses that have worked to get out of speeding tickets, I have to use the bathroom.
I think that should be number 1. It's the most relatable.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets it, and you don't have, I mean, that's easy to fake, too. I mean, that even if you don't have to pee, it's easy to pretend like you got to pee.
Just throw a fart out there. let them know you mean your own business.
Hopefully that fart doesn't go too far.
Yeah.
All right, have you ever used an excuse on a speeding ticket? Text us in, 800-394-1061. We'll get to the rest of this list and Big Money Monday up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
I like Gibby's response. Bees. There's bees everywhere. Run for your lives. Does that work? So you're going to start off with one last chance for big money.
Yep.
Do the rest, and then we'll roll?
Yep.
Okay. Probably should have started from 10 to 1 or 10 to 5.
Yeah, that's all right.
Charles has used the gotten out of 4 speeding tickets doing the whole bathroom dance in his car.
Nice.
They say okay and go on and be careful. Interesting. And Charles admitted to speeding on the chat last Friday, so we know you speed, bro. We know that's a thing. Just in case you guys want to know, the roofers are back.
Oh, they are.
The roofers are 1,000% back. Cotter, you want to share the text that we got from Chris?
Oh, yeah. So this was back to the injuring your fingers or toes. Chris, age 29. When I was about 15, my parents had an electric skillet. I was cooking, and some of the food dropped underneath the burner, so I thought it'd be a good idea to reach underneath of there. But when I went to pull my hand back, I cooked the skin on 2 of my fingers. Within a few minutes, the skin on top of those fingers turned black, and I was able to peel most of it off without any pain because it was so charred. That's disgusting.
He just cooked himself a little bit. Gross. Cool. Got a good amount of Big Money Mondays to pull from. Sean, a bunch of puke emojis.
Sounds like they're in the other room.
Oh, yeah, the roofers, yeah, they're going early this morning, guys. It's awesome. I'm sure you'll be able to hear it soon.
We'll just come right out of the stop set. We're doing good on time here.
We're doing good? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just come out of the stop set and go right into it. We still have about 2 minutes.
Okay. Bringing in the bottom half of this list. Let me delete this. Cool. Good to go. I should get a panel done for Big Money Monday. Maybe.
Sure. All right, guys, we got about 2.5 minutes. Going to come right out of the stop set here and not play a song. We'll finish this list, get to Big Money Monday, and then we'll dive into the 8 o'clock hour. Best sitcoms of all time. Rolling Stone put together a list. We'll run down some of theirs on the list, and then we'll power rank our top sitcoms.
Yeah, in the bottom 8 o'clock hour, as always, we'll do trivia versus you guys. I got some tickets to professional bull riding.
Nice.
That's happening later on this month in Jacksonville. So we're going to hook you up with those for playing against us.
I like it.
That is definitely one thing I have to finish up. Yeah, they told me, let's see. Hey, Marshall, that sounds wonderful. Let's do it. Thank you, and I look forward to touching base next week. Perfecto. Oh, look, our friends Jason Lee and Cluck, morning show hosts in Michigan, celebrating 11 years today.
Wow.
11 years on the air.
Wow. It's like there was a time when we had, the other morning show before, when we had Lex and Terry, and they were going through a patch that was very rough. Mm-hmm. They were just very unhappy, and it came across on the air. I actually brought up, we had our consultant Peter at the time. I actually brought those guys up about, as a potential replacement to Lex and Terry if needed.
They kill up in Michigan, man.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, we're going to get to Big Money Monday in just minutes, so you still have time to text us your name and a number 1 through 9 to 800-394-1061. Your chance to play, chance to win. But we're going to finish up this list. It's an annual survey. They ask people how they've gotten out of a speeding ticket, what excuse they used, and whether it actually worked or not. Then they put together the list 1 through 10 with the percentage of times this excuse actually works. So coming in at number 6, I'm late for an interview. 16% of the time.
And it works 16% of the time?
Yeah, that's a lame excuse.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was so high up on the list.
As a cop, I would be like, if you're running late for an interview, you don't deserve the job. Here's the ticket.
Number 7. I figured this would be higher on the list. I'm late to pick up or drop off my kid. 15%.
Well, yeah, if you don't have the kid in the car, it'd be weird to say you're late to drop him off. But
Well, you
yeah,
gotta pick him up.
Exactly. No, I get it. Yeah, I think that one should be higher up on the list to get yourself out of a speeding ticket.
Yeah, because I mean, not all cops have kids, but I mean, a lot do. They understand what it's like. So I'm surprised it was so low. Number 8. I don't know, 8 or 9. One of those are the worst 2 excuses in my eyes. Number 8. I didn't see the speed limit sign.
That's weak. That's weak sauce.
It's really weak. It worked 14% of the time, which surprised me. Because if I'm the cop, I'm like, I don't care. You didn't see this. Pay attention. Pay attention to the road. Give me a ticket for being a dumbass as well. But I don't know if it's worse than number 9. I'm late for court.
Probably for another speeding ticket.
That's what I'm saying. So if you get pulled over, and unless you're a lawyer or a judge,
right?
But I mean, if you're going to court for something, like the cop is going to give you any leniency. There'd be no ticket.
Do you think we could get away with, do you know who we are? Calls us over?
No.
We are Cotter and Marshall of the Cotter and or Marshall show. How dare you?
It drives me up the wall when people do that. No. I have never will I ever be able to use that.
I can't wait. If you ever get pulled over while driving us somewhere, that is the first thing that's coming out of my mouth. Officer, do you know who we are? You're making a mistake.
And he's going to go, no.
He's going to shoot you.
All right, number 10, I'm late for a doctor's appointment, 13%. I don't know. Sure, whatever. That's I don't know. You can tell why these are at the bottom of the list. They all suck. They're all horrible excuses.
That one's not bad, though.
You don't think?
What if you have like an elderly person in the car with you, and you're just like, grandma here, got the cancer, going to a doctor's appointment again, right, officer? And he's definitely going to let you go.
That's the 13%.
Yeah.
Because nobody else can use that excuse.
Exactly.
All right, let's do it. It's time to hopefully give away a $50 gift card. It is Big Money Monday. We're going to spin the bingo machine, and hopefully it lands in the number selected today. Misty is who we're playing for.
Okay, Misty.
Misty chose number 7.
Okay, are we ready?
Lucky number 7. Let's do this.
All right, so we bought an $18 bingo machine, which is showing on the stream right now. Very expensive. Our budget was very high for when we created this show. And we give away $50 every single Monday. We hope to give away $50 every single Monday. Last Monday, we did. Very exciting stuff. So once again, Misty, the number is what again?
7.
All right. I'm nervous. You ready to do this?
It's all you, man.
Here we go. The number is Cotter.
Yes?
12. Damn it.
So sorry, Misty.
It sucks. Roll again?
No.
Just for funsies?
No, we can't. I can't roll again.
Well, why not?
Because you get one shot and that's it.
Every week I ask you. Every week, and you're always... Thanks, Dad.
Got to stick to the rules.
All right, Dad.
Stick to the rules.
I'll be home before 9 again. Fine.
All right, every Monday it is Big Money Monday. Your chance to win. All you got to do is text us
sucks.
your first name and number 1 through 9, 800-394.
Sorry, Misty.
1061. Our apologies. All right, coming up, top of the 8 o'clock hour, Rolling Stone came out with a list of the best 100 sitcoms of all time. We're going to look at some of the TV shows that made this list and then power rank our own top sitcoms. Coming up, top of the 8 o'clock hour, it is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Got a great comment on the stream. So Sean's our buddy from Minnesota. He hangs with us every single morning. Sean goes, so Marshall, staying true to my horny for meat brand, I smoked 3 racks of ribs and 6 chicken breasts yesterday for Mother's Day.
Jeez.
Sean is, dude, I'm telling you, if you guys hang around with us every single morning, Sean talks about his meat. It could be Wednesday. It doesn't include the weekend. He's like, bro, I smoked the sickest sausages. It's just, that's Sean. He's the horniest dude for meat in the world.
And it all sounds delicious.
Phil goes laughing my ass off. I actually got out of 2 tickets with the I didn't see the speed sign change.
Really?
That is so weak. Really?
How does that work?
Did you go down on him or something, Phil? Did you give him some sex stuff? Did you sex their faces? Chris goes, never give an excuse, but I've gotten out of 3 tickets simply because the cops saw my military ID, pissed my wife off every time because she had a streak of tickets she never got out of. There's our boss, A-Dub, showing up to the show.
What's
Welcome.
up?
Welcome. A-Dub, you'll probably love to hear this. We did not give away your money this morning. Misty chose number 7. We rolled a 12.
Yeah, so disappointed.
Not happy with it. Not excited with it. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. What we did was not give away any fucking money. Yeah, this list from Rolling Stone was immediately suspect to me when I looked at the top 20, and I just saw some in there that I was like, that doesn't belong.
I wasn't happy with number 1. I feel they're given that just because of longevity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel that was just an honor because you've been around so long. Well, yes, you get this.
I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, but I mean, I think some of them, I'm okay with some of them on this list. I mean, I don't know if they're in the right spot, but I mean, I think you bring up some of these names and you're like, oh, it just has to be here because of what the show is. So we'll run down. We've got the top 20 in front of us, and then we're going to power rank some of ours. But yeah, it's interesting. I love lists. I just think they're kind of a fun thing to look at and kind of get everybody's thoughts on where things land. So if you want to go ahead and comment now in the chat, some of your favorite sitcoms of all time. They did have some guidelines for this, so they had to define a sitcom. They eliminated sketch shows, so like SNL, out. Hour-long comedy dramas, like Freaks and Geeks and stuff like that, where there was, some humor in it, but there's also the drama element. They eliminated those. They're going straight up sitcom. I mean, so hardcore that shows like The Wonder Years, which was a half an hour, they cut that because they said it was too dramatic. So, I mean, these are your stereotypical sitcom-based shows is what they were looking at. So if you want to go ahead and pop in with some of your favorites, feel free to do that. Like I said, we'll run down this list and then power rank some of our own favorites here in a bit. Why does that still say that? Interesting. Huh. Okay, let me see. It's really running short next hour. That's fine. That's because all these short songs. Let's see. The roofers are fantastic today. They are drilling something. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring anybody. Just moving some stuff around. My apologies. All right, there we go. All right. Also, don't forget, concert tickets are on sale for the 20th anniversary concert. You can buy those now, rock1061.com or at etix.com. You can find it there. We've got Puddle Mud Puddle Mud Filter and Sponge. They're directly above us. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if everybody else can hear that or if it's just us. Hopefully it's just us. Hopefully you guys can't hear everything going on above us right now. All right. Yeah, it's going. So at Southbound, was at Southbound on Saturday for their 8th anniversary. It's crazy that the guys at Southbound have been around for 8 years now. I remember my very first meeting with Southbound is with Carly when she was there. She is not at Southbound anymore. She works for one of the distributors. She'll be in later for Beer for Breakfast. Sat down and just started talking, about doing some stuff together. And we've kind of had that partnership with Southbound for the past 8 years. I mean, they've done a variety of Rock 106.1 official station beers. Hopefully we'll do one toward the end of this year for the 20th anniversary. Love the guys over at Southbound. Smith is still there. Pratt, his brother, of course, still there. Jeremy is there. McKinsey is there now. But everybody in the past that have been there over the past 8 years, I mean, it kind of became our unofficial hangout for years and still one of my favorite places to go. Everybody there, always great. So happy anniversary to Southbound, 8 years. It's pretty awesome. Frasier, Gibby. It's funny. So Marshall he can give me crap. So I wrapped up watching head of the class the other day. I finished it. So then I'm like, oh, what else is on here? Frasier is there. So I started rewatching Frasier now. I made it about 3 episodes in. I like Frasier. MASH, dude, MASH is so good. Now, see, MASH to me, it's like if they got rid of the Wonder Years, because spoiler alert, MASH is on the list. How do you get rid of the Wonder Years because you say there's too much seriousness involved? But MASH definitely had the dramatic element to it. But man, MASH is such a good show. All in the Family, Married with Children. Oh yeah, both of that. Oh, you can't hear? Damn, sorry. Frasier was great, man. Like I said, I got 3 or 4 episodes into season 1, and it's cool because they set up the Niles and Daphne thing the very first time they see each other. So it's kind of cool to know that that was there from the very beginning, and that arc continued throughout the entire show. Fresh Prince, that was always a good one. Scrubs, dude, Scrubs 100%. How I Met Your Mother, yep, I love that. God dang, it's hard. How do you power rank them? Oh, that one's got to go. I'm calling an audible. I'm getting rid of one of them on my list. I don't know what they're doing up there, man. This is when they're going to fall through because it sounds like they're unscrewing something, and they're going to unscrew like some sort of panel. Oh. And they're just going to come crashing in.
I stepped outside for a second. There was like a gigantic pile of like cinder blocks that is like right outside behind one of these trucks.
Okay.
Didn't see those last weekend I was here. I was like, damn. I'm busy doing something. I don't know if it's been fixing our roof, but something.
So how much do we want to look at with this list here? Do we want to run down quickly like their top 10? Do we want to?
Let's do their top 10. Let's go 10 to 1, and then let's
then come back
on the other side. We'll power rank the top 3.
Okay. We got about 6 minutes. We got some Soundgarden now, a couple minutes left in that. And then, of course, we got Foo Fighters for the top of the hour.
In case you guys didn't hear, we're giving away a trip to go see the Foo Fighters in Bonnaroo. Yeah, it's in like Manchester, Tennessee.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
So it's in between like Chattanooga and Nashville.
Yeah, so. It's one of those really eclectic lineup shows where it's pop, it's rock, it's alternative. Hip hop. It's got a little bit of everything.
They used to have comedy there. Conan O'Brien did hosted a comedy tent there 3 years ago. They used to have like another comedy section, but they didn't even have comedy this year.
But yeah, it looks like it should just be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, there'll be something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Wanda, your list of sitcoms is incredible. On the chat, she mentions Daria, My So-Called Life, Roseanne, Married with Children, Fresh Prince. I watched all of that except for My So-Called Life.
Yeah, I never watched My So-Called Life, but yeah, the rest of it, 100%. Taxi, yep.
A-Dub says Suits. I've never seen Suits before. Have you?
No.
I know the show.
Sitcom?
No, I don't know if it's a sitcom. It's more of a drama. I think. But that was on USA, I believe.
Yes, I believe you're right.
Taxi was hilarious. I never saw Taxi.
Dude, Taxi is so good.
Before my time.
I mean, it's Andy Kaufman, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Danny DeVito, one of the greatest characters in television history is Danny DeVito's character, the guy who runs the taxi company there.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so good. Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown, plays the alcoholic drug guy. Always just
what a list of actors though.
Yeah,
I mean, just 3.
Judd Hirsch was the lead.
Don't even know that guy.
Tony Danza.
Okay.
The guy who I can't think of his name.
Danza had a run in
I know
in sitcoms then, man, because he was on Charles in Charge or Three's
No,
one of them.
Who's the Boss?
Who's the Boss?
And then what's the lady's name? Mary Lou Henner? No, not Mary Lou Henner. What's her name? And then the guy I can't think of his name, but who played Kaneki in Grease was in this one too.
Oh yeah.
What's the lady's name?
Lady.
Oh yeah, Mary Lou Henner. Mary Lou Henner, Judd Hirsch, Andy Kaufman, Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd, Jeff Conway. Oh, and Carol Kane. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was good. I really like that show. Louis. Oh, is it Louis? What is his name? Doesn't show it there. Never mind. But yeah, that was a good show.
Christopher Lloyd, right?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Texts are just coming in for the Foo Fighters right now. Just saw the first one pop a second ago.
Cool.
It's cool to see how excited people are for the Foo Fighters. No, I definitely won't get a lot of these comments when it comes to these shows. There's a lot of shows that were beyond me. How much time do we got? 3 minutes?
Yes. Marshall, yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and answer this question from Answer the Internet because I think it's really good. Would you rather A, throw up anytime someone says McDonald's, or B, wear a fedora for the rest of your life, and if anyone asks you about it, you have to say, I like the way it looks?
Ew.
I'll say McDonald's. I probably only hear someone say McDonald's like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, that's still
even less than that. I don't have kids or anything. It's like I have kids screaming, let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah, I'd rather do probably the McDonald's thing. You gotta, only a select few can pull off a fedora. I don't think I'm one of those select few, so I'll go McDonald's. Oh, welcome back, Cotter. That's how I got the nickname.
You still have a Cotter toy.
I do.
Yeah. Who gave that to you? I forgot.
I'm our old boss's husband. Found it. It's like a
Ronnie.
Yeah. It's like a Gabe Cotter puppet. Not puppet, like paper doll. It's like this big.
What was that show about?
So Gabe Kaplan or Gabe Cotter was a teacher who came back. So there's a lower group of kids that called themselves the Sweat Hogs. They were the not smart bunch of kids at this school. It was kind of a rough inner city New York school.
Okay.
And Gabe Cotter, the character, came back to teach. So welcome back, Cotter. He came back to teach at his high school, and he taught the Sweat Hogs, which is John Travolta and that group there.
Kind of like head of the class then, right?
Ish.
Does it have that feel to it?
Head of the class was the smart kids.
Oh, okay.
Where this was the not so smart kids. It kind of, but yeah, I loved watching Welcome Back, Cotter. And like I said, that's how I got my nickname. Which it could have been way worse. There were people that were interns that started at the same time I did that were known as Whiz Bang, Spanky.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, station
at the radio
names.
Station. Yeah.
Yep. What else? There were several others that just were not good. So when they said you're going to be called Cotter, I went, yes, I will.
All right, guys, got less than a minute before we jump back on the air. We're playing a Foo Fighters song right now, Foo for Bonnaroo. If you want to know what the song is, well, I don't know. There's 1,000 ways to find out, but find out what that is, then text in the song title. We're going to choose one person to win themselves a trip to Bonnaroo, plus hotel stay, which is incredible because it's going to be so effing hot. You're going to want to take a shower after that day, after every day. You're going to want the hotel stay. The hotel stay is huge.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. All right, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Remember, tickets for our 20th anniversary concert featuring Puddle of Mud, Filter, and Sponge on sale now. etix.com. You can also get the website, rock1061.com, or the Facebook page. You can find the link there. So get those tickets. It goes down Saturday, July 3rd. All right, so Rolling Stone put together a list. Love me a good list. 100 best sitcoms of all time. Now, they said they had to define what a sitcom was for this list. So they eliminated all sketch shows. So like SNL, Dave Chappelle Show, all out. Can't make the list. Any hour-long comedy dramas like Freaks and Geeks, out. Can't make the list. They even got rid of some shorter shows like the Wonder Years. They're saying there's just too much drama involved. So this is your stereotypical, straight up half-hour sitcom.
Yeah, it's a show that you could like drop in, watch an episode. You don't have to watch in a continuous format. So it's something that you can come in and out of and still enjoy your 30 minutes or whatever it is, 22 minutes of time.
So we're going to take a look at the Rolling Stone list, or at least like the top 10, and then we'll come back and power rank our favorite sitcoms of all time. I do want to point out one that I was surprised didn't even make the top 20, The Office. I mean, we talked about it the other day. Not my favorite personally, but I get why people like it.
Yeah.
It has become one of the most iconic sitcoms probably released in the past couple decades.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not in the top 20 really, really shocked me.
Yeah, there is a couple on the list that I was weirded out that they weren't even close to the top 20. But let's just focus on the top 10 right now. And we'll break them down 10 to 1 just so you guys understand what they were looking at in this list. Number 10 was a show that I've never even seen before. And actually, through the top 10, I haven't seen half of these shows.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you're young.
The Larry Sanders Show, HBO, ran from 92 to 98. I mean, I was 13 at the time, kind of right around there, 13 to 17. Like, I'd never seen that show.
It is utterly fantastic. So it starred Gary Shandling as Larry Sanders, and he was the host of a late night, talk show. Like Tonight Show is the Larry Sanders Show. And it was a behind-the-scenes look at the running of a show like that. And celebrities would come on and play themselves, or a version of themselves, as guests on the show. Rip Torn was in it. You had some of the guys from Kids in the Hall that played different characters. And then the dad from Arrested Development, I can't think of his name, Jeffrey Tambor. Mm-hmm. He was the sidekick. He was the Ed McMahon.
Oh, nice.
On the show. Dude, it is so good. I'm surprised it's top 10. I think it's kind of an underrated show, so I'm good with it on this list.
So we talked about The Office not being in the top 20, but they put Parks and Rec at number 9.
I think Parks and Rec is overrated.
So do I.
I like it. I think it's good, but I think it's overrated.
I think the first 2 seasons are not good, and then I heard the show obviously kind of rocketed from there, and people really started to love it. And I've watched a couple episodes from like the later seasons, and they are very funny, but honestly, I could never get into it because the first couple seasons were that bad.
Yeah, it does not deserve top 10. I wouldn't put it top 20, but that's just me. I know a lot of people did love that show, and it's like, maybe it was. The first couple seasons a little rough, got good toward the middle, and like a lot of shows, it got weird toward the end,
Sure.
And it's just like, it was not what it used to be type thing. But yeah, top 10, don't think so. Now, I think some of these shows on this list, I think they felt they had to put places just because maybe they were so iconic, because they were maybe, like in this case at number 8, one of the first.
Right.
And coming in at number 8, we're talking The Honeymooners, only ran from 55 to 1956.
Sure.
And it goes down in history as one of the most iconic because it was one of the first. But is it top 10? I don't know.
I don't know. The only thing I know that is I'll punch you right to the moon or something.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon. And nothing, some good domestic abuse. People really loved that back then. Coming in at number 7 was The Mary Tyler Show. Ran from 70 to 77. Once again, another show I've never seen.
It is utterly great. I mean, it's
utterly great.
It's really, really good. It's Mary Tyler Moore. It was the TV. It was set in a TV series, a newsroom, and the cast had Betty White. I mean, it was just a great
I like
cast.
her.
Great cast. One of the best endings to a TV show ever. What's the egotistical character from Caddyshack, the white-haired guy that played the judge? He basically plays that character, an egotistical newscaster on this show. But it's really, really good.
Coming in at number 6, a show that actually I watched a lot because it always came on after like the 10 o'clock news back when I was growing up. MASH. And my dad loved that show. I watched that show with him all the time.
That show could be number 1. The fact that it is below some of these other choices blows my mind. One of the greatest shows in the history of ever.
I agree. It ran from 72 to 83. Coming in at number 5 was All in the Family. I think I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes. I don't know if I really have an opinion on it.
It's one of those shows that you could not do now.
Right.
I mean, it was just utterly politically incorrect. But I took a stand for things on the, taking the Archie Bunker character as being the bigot and the hypocrite and all this stuff. It took a stand for a lot of things while making him look like an a-hole, and propping a bunch of things up around him. So the writing was super smart, but yeah, you could not do that show anymore. There's no way.
Coming in at number 4 was I Love Lucy, another show I've never seen, man. I don't think I've seen an episode. I mean, I've seen a clip, and I'm like, oh, that's I Love Lucy. Cool.
I mean, I think it's better than The Honeymooners. I think if you had to pick one of those to make the top 10 because you felt like you had to, that's the show. Number 4, I don't know.
Number 3, I kind of agree with Seinfeld. Seinfeld ran from 89 to 98. Seinfeld, that's a show that I watched while growing up. It was hilarious. It was one of those shows that I watched damn near every night.
It was one of those groundbreaking sitcoms. It's one of those that will never, ever happen again because it took forever for it to kind of go from pilot to launch to actually becoming a hit. I mean, they gave it 2-3 seasons where it really did nothing ratings-wise. And you don't give shows that much time anymore. But no, I agree. I think that is one that definitely deserves a spot top 5.
Coming in at number 2, once again, we're doing the list of the top 100 sitcoms. Rolling Stone put together this list. We definitely didn't. Coming in at number 2, according to them, was Cheers.
Cheers is great. Top 10, top 5, I don't know. Top 10, yes. I mean, I think Cheers is one of those shows you can go back, rewatch, and still enjoy.
Another show I missed out on. I mean,
it's so good.
It started when I was born.
Yeah.
So kind of wasn't watching Cheers as a 2-year-old. Coming in at number 1, all-time sitcoms, according to Rolling Stone magazine. Started in 89. It's still going. Haven't figured it out yet. It's The Simpsons.
I think this was given to it just because it's been around for 30 plus years. I mean, yes, it's funny. It was better, decades ago than it probably is now.
I can't believe it's still going.
It's a cash cow. I mean, it's got to be somewhat cheap to run. It's not a traditional, filmed sitcom. Obviously, it's be in the cartoon, so it's got to be somewhat cheap to run. They're just probably printing money. But does it number 1? No.
I think MASH should be number 1.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that.
Well, let's go ahead and power rank our top 3 sitcoms of all time. They're definitely not probably going to include any of those, and we'll do that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do that. Also, you can comment with yours right now in the chat. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, brand new Pop Evil. This is Breathe Again, Rock 106.1.
Going to the chat, man. Greg says, how does Marshall keep winning trivia? He hasn't seen shit. I've just seen the good shows, according to me.
Dude, Sanford and Son, yeah.
Sanford and Son, and the Jeffersons, I think I've seen like one episode of each of those. Golden Girls for the win, says Jay. Also, what's up, Jay? Yeah, I think Jay said wrestling's this weekend.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
This Friday at Coastal Empire. It's Coastal Empire Wrestling at Coastal Empire Beer Company.
So much coastal.
I'm going to be there. Phil, Rolling Stone is smoking crack with that Parks and Rec pick. Yeah, man, that's that. I mean, it's like you can make the argument for Honeymooners and stuff like that because they're so iconic.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec?
Yeah,
it's not that iconic.
A-Dub says Parks and Rec is bad. It seriously is. I tried to watch that show like on 3 separate occasions, like from the very beginning, and I can't. I think I watched the first damn near 2 seasons. It's just bad. I didn't care for it.
Some of the others in the top 20, the Dick Van Dyke Show, which I agree with that one being on the list. I'd put that over the Honeymooners in the top 10. I think that's a great show. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've never watched it, but I've heard nothing but good things.
I watched the first couple episodes somewhat recently.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I just haven't watched the rest of them.
Frasier, which I love, and it's funny because I just went and just yesterday started rewatching. Found my rewatch. Andy Griffith Show at 14. I've watched it ish.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes as a kid, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Arrested Development at 15.
Hilarious.
The Cosby Show at 16.
Ooh, canceled.
Taxi.
Literally.
Taxi, which I think Taxi could be higher on the list. That's coming in at 17. 30 Rock at 18. 30 Rock to me, it's like they had moments of brilliance, but as a whole, I don't know.
I never really watched that show either.
Okay, Roseanne at 19. Roseanne was great. I mean, Roseanne was good.
Roseanne is iconic in my eyes. I mean, that show was amazing.
I mean, you could flop that one with Parks and Rec and put that one in the top 10. And then the newest show on the list, BoJack Horseman on Netflix. I've never watched it.
I've seen stuff on it, but I've never seen that as either.
Chris Hummer, who was just here last Friday, she's a huge fan of BoJack Horseman.
Oh.
But yeah, there you go. That was the top
Wanda says Green Acres.
Green Acres is the place to be.
It's iconic. They're iconic just for the fact of the theme song, Green Acres. Everything else about it, not so much.
Sorry, whoever. No, that's not coming down. Never mind.
Bewitched, says Greg. Yeah.
All right. It's like I remember watching all these shows because I'm old enough to before cable, and everything was a rerun. You could watch. I remember watching Honeymooner reruns and I Love Lucy reruns and all those. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out on air and on the stream. If you haven't joined the horde yet, do it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. Rolling Stone recently put out the list of the top 100 best sitcoms of all time. We just ran down the top 10. Simpsons at 1, Cheers at 2, Seinfeld at 3. So that's their top 3 on this list. But Marshall, I think we need to power rank our top 3 favorite sitcoms of all time.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Age Before Beauty.
Coming in at number 3. This is kind of a homer pick, but I've gone back and rewatched it several times.
Out of the class.
I like to rewatch it again. No, I'm going WKRP in Cincinnati. It is, when it comes to the depiction of radio in television or movies, it's usually bad. They don't get it right. WKRP in Cincinnati got it right. You watch that, even today, the business has changed drastically from once it was on. You could still watch it today and go, yep, that is a complete thing.
Some radio purists will hate this. I've never seen an episode, even the Turkey Drop episode, which I know is just the iconic one episode they're known for. I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want to see your old person show. I'll leave it in the past. Things should be left there on purpose because they're dead. Coming in number 3 on the power rankings for me, Cotter.
Yes.
You recently rewatched this show. You've told me the love and admiration you have for the show, so that's why I'm stealing it from you.
Okay.
I choose Scrubs.
Oh, you son of a...
Scrubs, baby. It came in at number 53 on Rolling Stone's list, which is just absolutely offensive.
Yeah.
Scrubs is one of those shows like getting out of high school into college, watching that show, the pain and torment JD was going through, essentially beginning his career. I love to see that because I was going through the same thing because I was trying to start a career myself. So I choose Scrubs as my number 3 best sitcom of all time. And if you don't like it, fight me.
No, I think it's an excellent choice because it was just, it was a workplace comedy that took themselves seriously when they needed to, but then bonkers crazy when they wanted to go in that direction. And they pulled off both sides of that, which is so hard to do. The writing in that show, brilliantly done. So good choice. All right, number 2 on my list. Man. All right, I'm going to go How I Met Your Mother.
Thank you.
Because
nowhere even close to my top 3.
Because the way they plotted things out. Now you can complain about the ending, and I get it. That's fine. But the way they plotted that out and had that long through line of, meeting the mother, and the way they set up things that would become reoccurring jokes for, 5+ seasons, was just amazing. And the Barney character, one of the best characters in television history. I think Neil Patrick Harris knocked that out of the park. I can't imagine anybody else playing that role so good.
Well, number 2 choice for me then. If you want to talk about iconic characters, there's 4 of them on the show. You know their names. I'm choosing number 2, best sitcom of all time. Coming out of Rolling Stone's list at 29, once again, an absolutely offensive ranking, was Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That show, their first few episodes were, they took on the hardest of subjects, from racism to abortion. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, some of today, it's still on the air. It's going to run almost 20 seasons at this point. The show is still iconic to me, so that's why I choose it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as my number 2 best sitcom.
It is such a good show, and the fact that they've been able to sustain that for almost 2 decades, and that the quality is still there. You talk about The Simpsons, sticking around for so long, and that quality has dropped off. These guys have been able to maintain that for that long. Hats off to them.
Charlie Mack, Dee Dennis. All 4 of them iconic in their separate roles. Just so funny.
Number one for me is a relatively new show, and I think it may be one of the most perfect television shows ever.
Okay.
I still feel weird saying the name on the air, so we'll just say S Creek.
Oh, yeah.
I think that show was so brilliantly done. The characters, even the ones that were annoying, were, they had moments to where you really connected to them. I think their sense of inclusion on everything, how nothing was a big deal when it came to some of the LGBTQ stuff, I thought was brilliant. I think that show is the best. S Creek. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Number one on my list of power rankings, best sitcoms ever.
Interesting. No, I actually watched all those seasons. I really did enjoy the show. I didn't fall into like the Uber fan category.
Sure.
So I'll say that for sure. But I did enjoy David, and then like all the stuff on the show. It is really, really good. I'm gonna go with the one we talked about earlier. I was just watching. It's like that. Once again, it's a complete comfort show. I turned it on during dinner last night just to have it in the background. I'm choosing The Office. Rolling Stone put it at 23 because they're monsters. They don't understand good sitcoms. The Office is the all-time best sitcom, guaranteed.
And I get that pick, and I get why people love the show. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I understand it. They could have put it in the top 5 on that list, and I would have said, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
23, criminal. I mean, really, it's worse than putting Parks and Rec at number 9.
You remember the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yes.
Where they just show up to their fans' houses and kick their asses for saying not nice things about them? I think we're going up to New York for Rolling Stone.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk Torture Tuesday. It goes down tomorrow. We'll let you know what it is. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Schitt's Creek with the number 1 pick for you, huh?
I love that
I didn't
show.
realize you love that show so much.
I love that show. I mean, like I said, the inclusion side of it, the characters that are annoying, they all have their moments. I respect that they ended when they did, because go out on top. But I mean, I would watch that show forever. Keep putting out episodes.
Man, what a great pick from Wanda. I completely forgot about Mama's Family. Jesus Christ. Dude. I used to watch fucking Mama's Family all the time. It was one of those shows that was like on at 5:30.
Yeah.
Because my dad would come home. We'd have dinner like immediately because that's what he wanted dinner. So we eat at like 5:30 every single day. And we'd always have on Mama's Family or Alf growing up. And then after the news at 10 o'clock, I would watch MASH. So those were my like old school sitcoms that I would definitely watch. Mama's Family. Damn it, that's a good pick, Wanda. Congratulations.
Greg, I thought Cotter was going to say News Radio. You know what? Funny enough, I went back and rewatched season 1 of News Radio here recently. They didn't have the rest of it, or I would have watched the rest of it. It's a good depiction of radio, and I think it's pretty solid. And Phil Hartman, God, I miss Phil Hartman, man. That guy is so talented.
His wife murdered him, right?
Yes.
Or his ex-wife or whatever she was.
But it was a good show, but definitely not top 3 for me.
Wanda, yay, I picked a good one. I'm telling you, man, Mama's Family was the jam growing up.
I remember that, yeah.
You guys, Charles goes, are you sending me down a rabbit hole with YouTube? Yes. I think he is. Home Improvement, The Addams Family, all great choices, guys. All right, so coming up next, we're going to break down Torture Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and then we'll play some trivia. We have some tickets. I guess I should look up the details for PBR. Probably send them to you, huh?
Yeah.
So professional bull riding is coming back to Jacksonville at the end of May. And we got some tickets. I'm just looking for the email. Here it is. Guess I'll have to look up. She didn't send me a link. She just said PBR Jacksonville.
Cool.
There it is. PBR Unleash the Beast. There it is. I'm just going to send this link real quick via email, so you'll see it here in just a moment.
Okay.
Just sent it to you. You should have it.
Perfect.
PBR Jacksonville Invitational. It's May 22nd and 23rd at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Obviously, these were rescheduled dates. They usually do it in February of every year in Jacksonville, but everything got pushed back for obvious reasons. So there we go. That'll be our prize for today.
I like it.
Professional bull ridings. Unleash the beast. Roofers are up and at 'em, in case you guys were wondering. Once again, will they ever finish the roof? I don't know.
I know. What didn't they initially say it would take 10 days?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, there's so much more roof to get to. They've specifically been working on our roof for like 3 weeks at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like they took there was like a three-day stretch where they just weren't here.
Yeah.
All the stuff is out front blocking our parking spots.
Yeah. All right. And then Torture Tuesday. Torture Tuesday is going to be fun tomorrow, man. I'm excited about it.
It'll be something.
So I got to do a couple things here at work. And then I'm going to jump out. I got to run to the grocery store because what I'm giving you tomorrow is technically edible. I mean, it's all edible.
Technically edible.
And those were rocks and live goldfish, Cotter. Is this a goldfish? Did you murder a goldfish, Marshall? Technically, you did, Cotter. You just smashed it. So just to clear it up, nothing tomorrow will be alive.
That's a plus. Thank you.
And everything is an edible object.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Those are the only hints I will give you. Now, some of them will have a smell, and your guess, you can obviously, you can use whatever hints that come towards you. The only thing you can't do is you can't look at the object.
Okay. I've been just trying to rack my brain for what are some disgusting things.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, immediately, I'm sure you think I'm going to do bananas because you hate bananas.
Yeah.
I'm not using bananas.
Okay.
Because that's amateur hour.
Where
am I?
I picture some sort of canned fish.
Oh.
You know, like whether it's like, and I think it'll be
keep telling me more stuff. Canned fish? What fish would you say you hate the most?
I don't know. I've never had too much canned fish. Tuna fish I've had. I like tuna fish, but I'm guessing it'll be like
definitely
some
not
sort of
that.
sardine type thing.
Oh, okay.
Pickled pig's feet could be something.
That'd be interesting.
What is it? Is mincemeat still a thing? I don't know.
Possibly.
So I don't know. I was just trying.
What if it was just a loaf of Spam? Would you guess a loaf of Spam?
I don't know.
Probably would.
If I had to feel it, yeah, I think I could determine a loaf of Spam.
Great comment from Greg here. He goes, "Good news, bad news situation, Cotter. Bad news, dog shit is edible. Good news, they don't sell it in the grocery store." Or do they?
No, definitely no.
I don't know. You ever had a Hot Pocket? It'd be funny if I just put an entire Hot Pocket, if I just stuffed it with everything. Like, yeah, you almost got it. It was a Hot Pocket, but it was filled with toothpaste. That would actually be too refreshing.
I was going to say, yeah. I will need, if your wife has access to a small tube of toothpaste, because when I'm done, you may want to,
I'll bring you in everything you'll need for
wash
tomorrow.
up.
I will. I'm going above and beyond for the bit. Trust me. You'll be fine.
Okay. No, I'm not worried about that being fine. All right, we got about a minute 15. Going to talk Torture Tuesday, then trivia. And then we'll get into the final hour of the show, man. Once again, flying by.
So I got some comments from people that said my trivia was too easy on Friday.
Okay.
I won't say who, but some people, Wanda, said my trivia was too easy.
Okay.
So my trivia is definitely harder today. And I'm sorry.
Was it too easy or I just too smart? Why couldn't you gone that way, Wanda? Man, Cotter is on it today. On fire.
It is. Here's the thing. Like if the level of easiness on a scale of 1 to 10, I felt like my trivia was like a 3 easy.
Okay.
Today's only a 4, but it is definitely harder.
Okay, fair enough.
I won't say it's like aggressively difficult.
Fair enough. I forgot what my questions are. It's been like a week since
You played 4 out of 5 times last week.
I'm going to have to reword one of these. So there we go. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Now, of course, Marshall and I stream the show each and every morning. That means you can watch it. Watch along as we go. And in between breaks, we're talking, we're chatting, we're having fun. There are stream-only jokes going on at this point in time. It's like a whole other world. You can check it out, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And I really bring this up because tomorrow, if you've not checked out the stream yet, perfect day to make it your first, because Torture Tuesday returns.
Yeah, and Cotter, you are facing Torture Tuesday. You'll be facing the box of mysteries. I think I'm going to say it like that from now on. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take a cardboard box, and then I'm going to put probably something rather disgusting inside that box. You have to then stick your hand without looking into it, and then tell me what it is. If you can't tell me exactly what it is, then you will have to then, wait for it, brush your teeth with it. It's not going to be a good visual for you tomorrow.
No, I feel so. This is, I've been saying this since this one was brought up. I think it could be the most disgusting Torture Tuesday we've ever done. Not just for myself, but for everybody watching on the stream as well. I really think somebody may puke, and it may not be me. It could be a listener at their house watching it on the stream.
Once again, this could be like it could be just like pig's feet, but it also could be like pig's feet with chocolate syrup. Cotter has to get it right just by the feel and touch of it. If he can't, he's going to then have to turn the box around, take a big old scoop of it on his toothbrush, and then just scribble it all over his teeth, which is going to be, I don't know, not a great look.
Yeah, I'm imagining things like some sort of canned fish, not tuna. It'll be like sardines or something disgusting.
What are some things you absolutely hate that I can definitely you hate bananas.
Yes.
We talked about this. You hate bananas. What other foods do you hate? Just to let it out there.
I don't know. I mean,
any vegetable you hate?
No, vegetables I'm down with, man. I love vegetables, so no, I think I should be good there.
Non-alcoholic beers?
I've never had a non-alcoholic beer.
Okay.
I just, by default, I would imagine I wouldn't like
Someone
it.
needs to go to AA, geez.
I don't know. I'll write you a list.
Okay, that'd be great.
That?
Yeah.
I'll just jot it down for you. Be good to go.
Wouldn't mind it.
Torture Tuesday, what is it? The box of?
A box mysteries.
It goes down tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Check it out. All right, we're going to play some trivia next. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery in Beaufort. Get ready to call in and play. Here's Pantera, Rock 106.1.
Greg says, I see a dildo in Cotter's future. There will be 0 dildos tomorrow. I can confirm that. Tim the engineer chimes in.
Damn.
Welcome, Tim. Oh, speaking of, are we moving it to 14 today?
We're going to move it to 14.
Are we almost halfway through our 30-day measurements of ice cream cake? All right, we'll update the board here in just a second. But Tim says sardines are not disgusting.
I've never had them, so I don't know.
I've had them on pizza, and I think I've had them straight out of the can. They are a little gross, but I wouldn't say they're disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim showed up, guys. Everyone's excited to see Tim today because they're going to get some ice cream cake out of him. Anyway, I'm going to go update the board real quick before we jump into Torture Tuesday, trivia here in 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think we should update that board. We are 2 weeks, I guess, almost halfway there. And so I'm impressed, man. I'm totally impressed. What? Aren't you? Tim's impressed.
I love it. I'm totally impressed. We've had some questionable moments along this 2-week way.
Yeah,
I will say that.
And I'm glad we didn't nix it then, because it looked like a one-time thing. We've been able to use the phone ever since, so I'm glad it was able to be like, we're good.
Mm-hmm. The button is properly taped down, correct?
Yeah.
We're taped down?
Yep, it's taped.
Perfect. All right.
I think they will challenge you today. That's my prediction.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fine with me. I'm sick of writing trivia, man. I know what you felt like when I was getting
it's crazy
challenged just about every day for like a month straight.
Yeah, it's been nice not have to worry about it.
Tim goes, and we've updated the antivirus without an issue. I'm not going to lie. So Tim, the engineer, he shot off like 12 emails last week about this stupid antivirus thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're doing it. We're doing it over the weekend, or we're doing it on Friday. And I'm like, I'm going to come in Monday and none of my shit's going to work. And I'm going to burn this place down. He apparently did it over the weekend without any problems.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, it thankfully is okay. But so I get in, and he said to restart or whatever. I'm like, I'm going to print this up first, which are a rundown. I always print out the rundown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to print this up first, restart the computer, it'll be fine. So I went to print, and last week or a couple weeks ago when we got an update, for whatever reason, every time I would go to print something,
Blue screen of death.
That happened this morning. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Tim.
So I had to sit there for 15-ish, whatever minutes, so my computer go through the whole update thing.
Right.
Came back on, shot a couple emails out, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to print again.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it works. Printed, no problem. So It was a one-time thing, but I'm like,
But that wasn't in the studio. That was
no,
in your office.
that would not count
Right.
for the studio. 100% not count for the studio.
Thank God. It would have been a bad look, Tim. I do have quite the grocery list to get you tomorrow, but some of these, once again, these were all put together by my wife and I at a bar drinking. So they're interesting choices. A couple of them I'm going to have to like break down because they are larger pieces, but they'll be broken down into smaller pieces. They're not going to come in the form they are.
Fair enough.
Because that would be too like if I put a banana in there, you'd be like, well, that's obviously a dildo or a banana.
Or both. You don't know.
Can you get him Rocky Mountain oysters? I just don't have enough money for Rocky Mountain oysters, or I would. They're bull balls.
Yeah, I know what they're. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
All right. Sorry, I'm just getting out my stopwatch because just in case someone chooses me today, I'll make sure I'm ready. And here we go. Yeah, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, my questions are definitely like a 4, maybe like a 4.5 today. I wouldn't say it's aggressively difficult.
Sure. Okay.
I could see you possibly going 5 or 6 correct on this. Definitely not getting 7 out of 7 again.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget, tickets are on sale for the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert. Woo! Woo! Teamed up with Connect Savannah. It's going down at the Trustees Garden Saturday, July 3rd. Puddle of Mud, Filter Sponge, and, of course, Lilac. Dude, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great day. Tickets are still available, obviously, so go buy them right now over at rock1061.com. Get them now. Prepare for your weekend of freedom and fun and all the drinks you'll have.
It's going to be a good time. All the details on the website. You can also get tickets at etix.com. Right now, it's time to get somebody to play some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery in Beaufort.
So here's the deal. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Will you win? Well, it doesn't really matter because we're still going to hook you up with tickets to go check out PBR's Unleash the Beast, which is happening down in Jacksonville at Veterans ViStar Arena. So call up right now, 1-800-394-1061. The very first person to call in will hook you up with tickets to go check out PBR in action. Plus, you get to take on one of us.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Professional bull riding. Unleash the beast. I feel like I should voice their commercial. Have you ever wanted to wrap your legs around a 2-ton vehicle of death? Prepare for the horns, motherfuckers. All right, trivia people, where you at? If one of you streamers want in on the action, feel free to give me a call. 1-800-394-1061. We'll take one of you guys on.
Yes, we will.
Once again, professional bull riding happening over at the Veterans ViStar Arena. Greg says, I won recently. Kimchi is amazing. I got these kimchi fries when I was in Asheville last November. They were so good, I remember that, and they were delicious. If obviously we don't get any calls here, we'll just come out of the break then.
It's going to be pushing it for time.
It is going to be pushing over time. It's 8:40 already.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we're running so late in the hour. I guess we went long on the sitcom breaks, right?
So, yeah, it'll be tough to do if we don't get it during the stop set. Yeah, it'll be really tough to do.
So, I mean, we have commercials for another, 5-6 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get it during the commercial break. If we don't,
Well, guys, trivia is in your hands, quite possibly. Go ahead and give us a call, 1-800-394-1061. We'll take you on in trivia. If not, we will definitely, go versus on each other. Then we'll both have to do trivia.
That's true.
Hubby likes the kimchi burger at Green Truck. I didn't know Green Truck had a kimchi burger.
I had no idea, but I'm intrigued.
I think it's a random one they have here and there.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I usually go with whatever, the trailer park. Is that the one with the pimento cheese?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, these kimchi fries I had, I was at the White Lab Brewing Company in Asheville. They had kimchi fries, and they were out effing standing. So good.
Nice.
And when you eat kimchi, you think you're eating healthy, too. Because kimchi, I think, is just fermented cabbage.
With, various spices, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I think
it's a traditional side dish of salted and fermented vegetables such as Napa cabbage and Korean radish, made with a widely varying selection of seasonings, including a bunch of stuff I can't say. But yeah, anytime you eat kimchi, you're like, God, I'm so healthy right now. This is ridiculous. My wife just reminded me it's a 4-day work week for you. Ooh. Oh, nice, Sean. Congratulations. The rest of us will work full weeks. You lazy son of a bitch. All right, guys. So once we get done with trivia today, we're going to be talking about, obviously, the Rock 1061 anniversary show that's coming up here on Saturday, July 3rd. We'll also do some drunk line phone calls for you, which we should take a listen to.
Yep.
And then we got 3 music news stories for you coming up. Pearl Jam. There was a cool Rock and Roll Hall of Fame story, including Iron Maiden and the Foo Fighters. And then Kurt Cobain's FBI documents in regards to his death were released online. I actually have the link to them, and I'll share that link later on in the show. In case you want to check them out, they're interesting.
Nice. Looks like we'll be taking on one another.
Cool. It happens. Greg says, how about some canned salmon topped with pesto, but in chocolate pudding? That sounds like a good appetizer for Cotter tomorrow. A lot of goes, damn. I've got some stuff planned for Cotter. I will say it's interesting.
Yeah.
And most are more than one item. Most, but not all.
All right, we got 2 minutes.
All right, just because we went long in the hour, guys, we're going to just go ahead and take each other on here when it comes to trivia today. Be back tomorrow. Hook you guys up with some tickets to go check out PBR, Professional Bull Riding. That's in Jacksonville. It's coming up on May 22nd and 23rd. We are going to have tickets to hook you up with all week for that. Where is my... Here. Toothpaste and orange juice cocktail to wash it down. Ooh.
That sounds disgusting.
That's not a good combination of things. No, don't worry. I got some good stuff planned for tomorrow, guys. Trust me, you'll be proud of me. You won't be mad at me.
I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm just thrilled it's not a hot challenge.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean I can't put hot stuff in.
That is true.
Keep that in mind, Cotter.
That is true.
Will I? I don't know.
Here's this Carolina Reaper. Brush your teeth with that, you asshole.
I won't say it like that, but mostly like that. I'm glad you brought that up. Definitely not me.
Oh, it'll be fun.
You want to go first? You want me to?
I can ask you first.
Cool.
Since it's been a little bit since you played.
I will be rusty. We'll see how it goes.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Today, for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery, Marshall and I will be taking each other on.
Yeah, that's right.
In a round of trivia.
1v1, baby.
So I'm going to ask you first. Is that what we're doing right here?
Yeah, that's right.
All
hey,
right.
Hold on. Our boss just opened the door for what's that? What do you got? Thanks.
Okay. We're being
Thanks.
thrown. Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Look at this.
We're live on the air.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's
guys.
a shirt.
It's
That's a shirt.
So
It's Under Armour. That's nice.
that's really we officially have swag. That's pretty
It's
awesome.
a little swaggy.
I like that. Those are good.
All right, get out of here. We're busy. Jesus.
Those are nice, man. All right, cool. I'm excited. Anyway, here's some trivia. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. With that said, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go, man.
All right, here we go. What is the name of the horse that won the Kentucky Derby?
Medina Spirit.
That is correct. Name the band who sang the following songs: Stellar, Drive, Wish You Were Here.
Incubus.
That is correct. Question 3, multiple choice. What NFL team has the most regular season wins? Bears, Giants, or Packers?
I want to say it's the Packers. Probably, Packers. Why not?
Incorrect. What's the name of the cartoon cat and mouse TV show Bart and Lisa watch on The Simpsons?
Itchy and Scratchy.
That is correct. What former First Lady co-founded a treatment center in California for those struggling with substance abuse?
Reagan.
Incorrect.
Whatever her name is.
The first Grammy Awards were held... Okay, when I wrote this. The first Grammy Awards were held on this date in what year? 1958, 1959, or 1960?
59.
That is correct.
Yeah, that was a guess.
Dead or alive, former NFL quarterback Johnny Unitas?
Dead.
That is correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
5.
I'll take that. Okay.
That's a good run.
Stretching my trivia muscles. Haven't been challenged in almost a week's time. So that feels good.
Come back strong.
That feels real good. So we're going to go right into taking you on. You want to do that?
Yep, right now. Let's do it.
So here we go. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Let's see how you do. You were taken on 4 straight times last week.
Yeah.
I think you wound up being 4-0.
I thought there was a loss in there.
Yeah, you had a good run last week.
I felt good, though. It felt good.
All right, so your time's going to begin after I ask the first question. Here we go. What are Lay's potato chips known as in the UK? Is it chippers or walkers?
What?
Yeah.
Walkers.
Correct. Question number 2. What body part's name comes from the Latin word meaning to stretch?
I have no idea. The leg.
Correct.
No.
Question number 3. In The Simpsons, what is Smithers' first name?
Oh, dang. Pass.
Question number 4. Which 2 NFL teams always play on Thanksgiving Day?
Cowboys and Chiefs?
Incorrect.
False.
Question number 5. What Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins record producer later became the drummer in Garbage?
Butch Vig.
That is correct. Question number 6. What does the Kelvin scale measure?
Kelvin. I don't know. Pass.
Question number 7. It's going to be in your time. True or false, DK Metcalf qualified for the USA Track and Field Golden Games Distance Open?
True.
That is incorrect. Connor, you got 2 out of 7 correct today.
That was definitely harder.
2.5. I'll give you did get the Cowboys. It was the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to go over correct answers, the Lay's potato chips were Walkers. You got that right. The question number 2, the body part name coming from the Latin word meaning to stretch, tendon.
Oh, that makes sense.
The tendon.
Way more sense than the leg.
Waylon is the first name of Smithers in The Simpsons.
Yep.
The Cowboys and Lions, like I mentioned. Butch Vig, you got. Temperature is the Kelvin scale measurement. And then it was false. DK Metcalf came in 8th out of 10th place for the USA Track and Field Golden Games Distance Open. You got to get those to actually make your way to the Olympics.
Okay.
So he is not going to the Olympics.
Forgot to run down correct answers for quizzing you. You got most of them right, though. But Medina Spirit won the Kentucky Derby. For now, Incubus sang Stellar Drive, Wish You Were Here. The team with the most regular season wins, the Chicago Bears. Because they've been around since like the 20s.
I've been tormented by them for years now. I just thought they wouldn't have got it by now.
Itchy and Scratchy is the name of the TV show they watch in The Simpsons. The first lady is Betty Ford. It's the Betty Ford Clinic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
1959 was when the first Grammys were held. And yes, Johnny Unitas passed away back in 2002.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, so coming up at the top of the hour, we got details about the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert. If you don't have your tickets, we'll tell you how to get them next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Oh, you like the swag, people?
Yeah.
The swag? Boom. Maybe I'll hook you guys up with this shirt. Maybe I will. Are you a medium?
No, but this looks like a large medium.
I threw a medium at you.
But that looks like that looks big, doesn't it? Now, usually I wear a large.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it. I'll be right back.
I'm sure a couple of those shirts could fall off a truck somewhere. You know what I mean? We'll sort that out later. All right, guys, we're done with trivia here. Now we're on to the final hour of the show. Like Cotter said, we're going to talk about the 20th anniversary concert. In case you didn't hear, Puddle of Mud, Filter, Sponge, and then local band Lilac coming to Savannah Saturday, July 3rd. We'll give you more details on that. I know we're going to be talking to the guys from the show very, very soon. Sean, what's the price shift for one of those bad boys? $1,000. Look, I went on vacation this weekend, and I did spend a lot of money. I got to recoup it somehow. So, I mean, what do you want from me? But yeah, we'll be talking about that. We got Marshall's Music News, and then we'll play a couple voicemails back from the drunk line this weekend for you guys. Tomorrow should be fun, too. I don't know what we have going on. I guess I should kind of figure that out. Oh, I'm going to get quizzed in the face tomorrow. That should be fun. When are you guys doing your hot tub stream? So over, I think it was the weekend, I got an email from Tim the engineer saying we should do a stream in a hot tub because apparently that's the new fad that's going on. If you guys use Twitch on a regular basis, which I know we have a lot of people on Twitch, apparently a lot of people doing like live streams from hot tubs. Generally, it's very attractive women who have been doing it, so I understand why they get hundreds and thousands of people to watch them. I don't think Cotter and I would secure a lot of viewers just in a hot tub for a stream, but maybe I don't. I'll never say never. Let's say we're considering it heavily, Tim, just so we can stop talking about it. Torture Tuesday is tomorrow. Quiz in the face. All the regular stuff tomorrow is back as well. So we'll have a fun show tomorrow. Remember, 9:00 hour tomorrow. If you can't catch us until then, make sure 9:00 hour Torture Tuesday tomorrow should be fun. I'll be spending I would say at least an hour or two today, just kind of combining everything I need for Torture Tuesday tomorrow. Welcome back to the studio, Cotter.
Thank you.
Do you have everything set for Drunk Line? Do we need to?
Oh, we need to listen to that. Yeah.
Probably should do it right now. We got
All right,
time.
guys. Gonna put you. Gonna kill the audio real quick. We'll be right back. Put that back on.
All right, guys. Sorry, we were just going over drunk line calls, just making sure they had no cuss words, and we found one. So Cotter's going to run up to his studio or his office real quick. He's going to clean that up, and then he'll be back to join us here in just a few moments live on the stream. Sean, you said there's a video game streamer that wears a prosthetic chest of some giant melons and wears a lacy top and starts his stream with the camera close into his cleavage and draws people in like that. It's hilarious.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. I don't know if that's something, like I said, I don't know if that's something Cotter and I will do, but a hot tub stream is definitely in conversation, future conversation. I think the first exclusive stream we're going to do is going to be the not safe for work, answering the internet questions we can't answer. But I think we'll do that. We'll do that probably closer to the end of the year, so we can, grow the family that we have already. And we're only 2 months into this thing, so we'll wait till we're closer to a year in, and we'll do a special not safe for work edition. Maybe on a Saturday night we'll get together and do that. Drink some beers, kind of hang out. I think it's a good idea. I think Tim just wants a hot tub in the studio. Yes, I agree too. He's been talking about it quite a bit lately. I think so. What we'll do is this isn't even all of them, but here's the answer the internet questions that I've chosen not to ask you guys because I think they're a little too racy. So what we're going to do is closer maybe to the 1 year anniversary of the show, or maybe around Christmas time. I don't know. We'll throw on some ugly Christmas sweaters. I think that's actually a great idea. We'll throw on some ugly Christmas sweaters, and then on a Saturday night closer to Christmas, we'll do a not safe for work, answer the internet only. We'll drink some beers, we'll drink some whiskey, and we'll just answer the internet, and we'll just all get together on the stream and kind of hang out one night. So, but that's future us. That's future problems. That's future days. We'll work that out later on. But that would be a lot of fun. I think on a Saturday night around 7 o'clock, we'll get together and do something like that. Nice, not safe for work edition of the Cotter and Marshall Show. So once again, Cotter just had to run back to his office. He's taking care of some audio for the drunk line. And then we're going to play that back here in just a little bit. Once again, always looking for your drunk voicemails from the weekend. Being that I got so drunk, I probably should have done it, but I'm terrible at my own bit, so I did not. But, there's always this weekend. Or Thursdays. Thursday seems to be a good day for me to drink, 4 or 5 beers, just sitting at the house, not realizing I'm doing it too. That's a promise, Gibby. I guarantee we will do a not safe for work answer the internet. We'll definitely be doing that closer to the end of the year. I think that's a great idea. Now that I talk it out. I will say, with Cotter not in the room, hopefully he's not watching the stream either. One of the things I'm going to use in Torture Tuesday tomorrow. Nah, I'm not going to say it because he could come back and watch it. Cotter is one of those guys that likes to watch our stream after the show. Super narcissistic. I mean, one of the most narcissistic things you can do. Like, as soon as we're done with the show, we go to sit in our offices and we work for 2-3 hours. And he watches a good portion of our show, like on the playback, and it's weird. He just loves to hear our voices, I guess. So I will say, over the weekend I was in Charlotte, went to a bunch of really cool breweries, but I went to the Charlotte Knights game. Charlotte Knights are the AAA ball club, I think, for the Braves. Yeah, the Atlanta Braves. And boy, man, it is so much fun. And that stadium is beautiful, beautiful. And they charge people an arm and a leg to get in there. I think I spent $60 a ticket. That's right, $60 a ticket to go to a minor league baseball game. But boy, that was such a great time. Once again, the Charlotte Knights, they were taking on the Gwinnett Strippers. No, not strippers, stripers. Stripers. They're a fish, turns out. But the Stripers were just ugly beating the Charlotte Knights last night, or Saturday night. So that was what I did on my Saturday night. Went to a baseball game. It was a lot of fun, but that stadium was so cool to see. I'm a big-time baseball fan. Love going to all stadiums. But the Charlotte Knights Stadium in downtown, right next to Bank of America Stadium where the Panthers play, so cool. So cool. Also went to a couple cool breweries while I was there as well. Devil's Logic probably had the best beers that I had on my trip in Charlotte. I really enjoyed them. I went to Birdsong, and they had a jalapeno pale ale that didn't have any heat, just had like a great taste of a jalapeno. I really enjoyed that one as well. Where else did I go that I really liked them? Oh, Wooden Robot. Wooden Robot, obviously, wearing the shirt right now. I had to pay for it. Sick flex. I had a great time at Wooden Robot. They had a bunch of great beers, and their food was delicious. Food was really good. And the whole area of downtown Charlotte, where I was kind of at with where Wooden Robot is, it's kind of right near the stadium. Super cool place. It was cool to go visit Charlotte. They're not really, I mean, outside the NASCAR museum, I wouldn't say Charlotte has a ton to offer when it comes to, like, I don't know, stuff that I think is cool. But boy, do they have such a great, like, beer and food scene. It was ridiculous. For a fat guy like me, heaven over the weekend. Plus I had pepper box donuts with a mango habanero donut that was delicious. They also had like a Nutella donut that we had that was really, really good as well. So,
what was the donut place called?
Pepper Box Donuts.
Nice.
Excuse me. Yeah, the baseball ticket was ridiculous. It was like $60 to go see. Well,
30 each or 60?
No, 60 per ticket.
Holy crap!
Yeah, for AAA baseball team. But the thing is, like, the stadium's out of this world beautiful. Plus, they were doing limited capacity. So they were upcharging, I'm sure, every single ticket in that stadium because, I mean, seriously, I think 20% full, maybe even that.
Right.
It was stupid. I mean, there was no one there, which is great. I mean, they have so many vendors and everything. I was going up and getting beers left and right, and there was no one in line every single time.
We will not have. Okay, so we will not have Quizzed in the Face tomorrow because that's at 9:00 when we're going to be doing Torture Tuesday.
Do you just want to push it down to the 7:00 hour and still do it, or no?
We've got Dude of the Week and we've got Cotter versus Marshall. So I would keep those in the normal time slot. Okay. We just hold off on Quizzed and we just bring it either if we're short on something on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was going to say we can do it on Wednesday and just push it in.
That's fine. But yeah, it's like Tuesday all of a sudden is like become our, hey, there's all kinds of shit in the show.
Sounds good. So tomorrow, Do the Week Death Match.
Cotter versus Marshall.
Trivia.
Torture Tuesday. Yeah,
gotcha. All right.
It's an action-packed show tomorrow, guys. Action-packed.
Perfect. And I've already got, let's see, I think I have 4, 5. I already have 5 different stories for About Last Night already.
Oh, wow, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found those at 6 a.m. this morning, so there should be a lot more by now.
Perfect. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. You can get the stream each and every day. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen. You can download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker or check us out on the website. It is rock1061.com. So on Friday, tickets went on sale for the 20th anniversary concert with Rock 1061 teaming up with Connect Savannah. This is going to be an outdoor show at Trustees Garden. And I was at Southbound on Saturday watching the train wrecks. It was outside. And I was just like, man, this is perfect. It was a great day for it. Had a nice cold beer in my hand. There was live music right there. The sun's shining down. I'm like, I cannot wait for July 3rd for us to do this.
Yeah, and our lineup, honestly, I'm so excited about. First and foremost, we have local band Lilac. Those guys are incredible live. Make sure to go check them out on Facebook, follow them, and obviously support them when they're out doing live stuff. Then we have Sponge. Sponge is one of those bands that they're sneaky, like huge rock stars, just because they have so many songs that you didn't even realize that are Sponge songs.
Yeah.
Like you just don't even realize it when you hear those guys, and they throw on an amazing show. Filter, those guys have been around forever. I mean, and you don't even know. I mean, like I went and like did the YouTube deep dive on, I think it was like Thursday of last week.
Yeah.
They have like 10 plus songs. I'm like, that was a hit. That was a hit.
Yeah.
That was a hit. That was a hit. They're so great. And then Puddle of Mud is headlining our show. I mean, those guys have, they put out, I think, like 3 greatest hits records at this point. I mean, those guys have hit after hit. So we're pulling in 4 actually incredible bands for our 20th anniversary show. It's only $25. Now, that was our first tier. We still have a few of those tickets left. So go buy them while you can before they go up in price. Because let's face it, there's going to be a couple thousand people there that day. And you don't want to be the guy that spent like 3 times the amount of money for a ticket because you didn't buy the tickets when they first went on sale.
Yeah, the first 500, just $25. Some of those left, like Marshall said. So you can get the link to buy tickets right now on the website, rock1061.com, or just go to etix, etix.com. Search for Rock 1061. That show's going to pop up. Big thanks to Connect Savannah for helping to make all of this happen. Big thanks to all of you guys. This is going to be so much fun. Can't wait just to hang, have a good time at the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert, Saturday, July 3rd. Once again, all the details and the link to buy tickets at rock1061.com. Coming up next, we're going to talk Miller Lite. They're looking for an ambassador, or Miller High Life, looking for an ambassador, and going to lead right into the drunk line. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Latest from Evanescence. Here's Better Without You.
Did we both get? It was 5-2 for the for trivia earlier.
Oh yeah.
I always just put down our scores.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't. They're not officially added to any win total.
Yeah.
When we face each other.
I got both of those stories loaded up. There's the drunk potato salad story, or drunk potato salad thing, and then drunk debating on when they would rather live twice as long or win the lottery or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, it's Cam both times, so we can play one of them. We can play both. Doesn't matter. What song are you going to do? Pearl Jam first?
When it comes to music news, probably Pearl Jam, and then I'll probably go right down the list. I'll do Pearl Jam, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then Nirvana. Unless my computer doesn't work. There it is.
Let's see, what song?
Over the weekend, Tim the engineer went to the Glenville Onion Festival. It was every bit of exciting as you could imagine. I spent probably an hour waiting in line for a bloomin' onion. That sounds terrible. Sick burn, Wanda. Thanks. Wanda and Tim were talking about a blooming onion, how it was overpriced. And Tim mentions that I don't think the guy selling the blooming onion was great at math. And then Wanda goes, maybe a relative of Marshall's. You guys are assholes.
All right. 90 seconds-ish.
Cool. Oops. All right, so big day tomorrow. Obviously, Wednesday we're back with Mac. She'll be back for another Chicks on Dudes. That'll be especially fun. What else do we have this week? Who's coming in for beer? Oh, shit. We have Dave and Dave from Debilation Brewing Company coming in. I'll message those guys with all the details.
Yeah, so
today.
I went to Debilation, and he said he was going to bring in the mango habanero. And he said he was going to bring in his Viking beer. And he goes, how many do you want me to bring in? I'm like, you can bring as many as you want. And he goes, We'll just do a flight. I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah.
So who knows what we're gonna get?
Yeah, I know Dave quite well, and Dave's a weird, he's a low talker,
right?
Big time low talker. But Dave, who is the brewer, not the owner, I met him as well, and I think he's pretty well spoken for too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to have two Daves at the same time. Not you, Kemp, not David Kemp, but Dave and Dave from Debilation. Dave said Friday morning, my wife told me I could not buy tickets for our 20th anniversary show. What? But when I got home, they were printed out for purchase, was on my nightstand.
Oh, so sweet.
Your wife. We love her.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out here on your Monday, whether you're on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or on air. We appreciate everybody for hanging with us. So Miller High Life, one of my favorites. I hate calling them a cheap beer, but it's a cheap beer. It's one of my favorites. It's my go-to.
Why would you hate calling them a cheap beer? They are so cheap.
Well, I know they're cheap, but I don't want to. I don't want it to be a negative. Because I love Miller High Life.
You get a 12-pack for like $9.
Fantastic. Anyway, they're running a contest. They're looking for an ambassador of the Champagne of Beers region.
Right.
So what they're trying to do, they're trying to get the city of Milwaukee to create a region in honor of the beer, and they want someone to promote it.
I feel like they're probably going to pick someone from the Milwaukee area then, although they are opening this up to everyone in the U.S.
They said they'd fly you up if you're not from Milwaukee.
Okay.
But here's what's on the line. $20,000.
That's nice.
A free supply of Miller High Life for a year.
That's nice. I love that.
And yes, they would fly you up to Milwaukee to be part of this. All you got to do, and I don't think they're asking too much here, write a 50-word essay.
I could do that.
Right?
I drink Miller High Life Light, to be clear, because obviously I like to watch my calories, for the majority of my childhood. And by childhood, I mean from like 18 to 23, let's say.
Right.
I was a big-time Miller Lite High Life fan. So I'm into this. Like, bring it on. I think I'm going to enter for this chance to win. You can go to digitalbeerpromo.com if you want to put in your 50-word essay for your chance to become the ambassador. But I could definitely use $20,000.
Right? I mean, I've never really felt the desire to go to Milwaukee.
One-time payment?
It's a one-time payment.
Yeah.
1 year of free beer and a trip to Milwaukee.
I'll go to Milwaukee, and I'll just throw the double birds towards the direction of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and then I'll feel good about my trip.
I think that's good. All right, so apply now. 50-word essay, that's all it takes. So we got the drunk line. Don't forget, each and every weekend or Tuesday, it doesn't matter. You have a few too many. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. But also call and leave us a voicemail on the drunk line. 800-394-1061. We've got a couple choices today. We've got drunk ramblings about potato salad or drunk ramblings about life and winning the lottery. Where would you like to start?
Let's start with potato salad.
Okay, here we go.
That's correct.
It's the wrong style.
Gross.
I think she's still in the potato salad.
All mac and cheese does.
Just going over the actual recipe.
It is gross.
I like honey mustard.
Oh, okay. So what's the difference?
It has honey. It makes it sweet.
What about spicy mustard?
Oh, what about spicy mustard?
Stone ground mustard.
Oh.
It is plain.
This is the best bar conversation of all time right here. What are they doing?
And you know they're drunk because they are taking that conversation way too seriously.
First and foremost, potato salad, if it has mustard in it, that is disgusting.
What?
That is a condiment. That is not a salad.
You have to have mustard in potato salad.
No.
Potato salad,
you don't.
it's really simple. You take red potatoes, you leave some of the skin on.
Yeah.
You put them in, you put mayonnaise, you put mustard.
Yep.
You
And then
take,
you throw it in the garbage.
You take some onions.
And put it in the garbage.
And then you take like the baby gherkin pickles, chop
Right.
those up, throw it in.
Feed it to the dog.
It's delicious. No.
For dogs.
No. Do you not like potato salad?
What mustard?
Yellow mustard.
It's disgusting.
No, it's not.
You are disgusting.
What? That's how you make potatoes. I mean, you can go German style to where it's, it doesn't have the mustard and it's a little drier.
Yep.
It's not
Bring
the
it
way
on.
No.
Yellow mustard? What do you need? We need some lubrication to take down that crap down your throat?
Maybe.
That is so yellow
is
mustard.
that-
It is so gross. It is big time disgusting.
In what? Potato salad or just in general? Are you a mustard hater?
No, I'm not a mustard hater. I love mustard. Bring it on. Put them on dog. Put
What's
'em
a
on hot
perfect
dog.
potato salad in for you?
Not with yellow mustard. Also, you know what the perfect potato salad is outside
Yes.
of German potato salad? None.
How do you not like potato salad?
You're not a potato salad fan.
Oh, really?
You know what's awesome to do with potatoes? Anything else.
Do you like eggs in your potato salad?
No.
Yes.
What is
100%.
wrong with you?
Eggs, potatoes, mayonnaise, mustard, onions, gherkin pickles.
That's garbage.
No, it's delicious.
You just made garbage.
No, I
Congratulations.
didn't. I made something that was fantastic that I would share with everyone, except for you.
See?
Because you obviously hate on it.
This bar conversation is way better than theirs.
All right, coming up next, we are going to get to Marshall's music news. Getting ready to wrap up the show. Stick around. It is Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
I got a phone call here. We'll see if this is...
Rock 106.1, hello. Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
Whoops, missed you. Do you like macaroni salad with mustard? No, I do not.
Now, macaroni salad, no, I would not put mustard in it. But I mean, you need to have, to me, that's the downside if you don't put the mustard in. If you don't put the mustard in a potato salad, it's just mayonnaise and it's bland. You got to have the mustard in, man. Adds a nice little kick.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pass. Nathan says you got to have spicy stone ground mustard,
and I'm okay with that too.
I would be more apt to that, but if you bring a potato salad to my house and it's yellow in color, trust me, the last thing I'm eating is your potato salad.
More for me. Hell
Good,
yeah.
Good. There's so many other great things to do with potatoes, and you're like, I'll just cut them into quarters and throw a bunch of shitty mustard on it. Cool.
No, they're good. You put eggs in it, put some onions in it.
No.
Yeah.
No,
it's
man.
Delicious.
It's abuse.
No,
Not only to the potatoes, but to everyone around you.
No, it's good.
Now, if it's the spicy stone ground mustard, all right, then I'm probably back in. I'm probably back into your conversation. But yeah, like German potato salad, like when Marshall was still with us and at the beer house down, dude, his potato salad, his German potato salad was incredible there. It was like one of my favorite things to get as a side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yellow potato salad, my parents used to make it that way. And like they would try to make
see, now this explains it.
But also, I even tried it as an adult.
Right.
I even gave it a second chance, right? Mm-hmm. I hate it.
Okay.
I just hate it.
I enjoy it.
The flavor of it, not the best.
So we kind of took a combination of, because this is kind of like my grandma's recipe. That's how we made the potato salad. And then Dana's family made it the same way, but they added the pickles. Pickles were a game changer.
Those little, you said gherkins?
The little gherkins, you just chop them up, throw them in, game changer. Delicious.
Deviled egg potato salad is my jam, says Chris.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. Yeah.
I don't hate deviled eggs, but I don't usually mess with deviled eggs.
Yeah. They're one of those things where you're always like, oh, those sound great. And you get like a couple of them on your plate. And then after a while, you're like, I didn't need that.
I made a huge mistake.
Yeah. Mommy issues.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I not my jam, especially like, I don't know. it always looked like a garbage dump. Like you look at like yellow potato salad and you're like, it's just like coated in mayonnaise and mustard. And you're like, we ran out of things to eat in this house.
Yellow creamy potato salad with eggs on top is my mom's recipe. I'll eat, but not my favorite. Yep, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, so good.
That's a descriptor I probably would not say. All right, so for tomorrow's show, obviously we're running into Marshall's music news here, and that'll wrap up the show for today. Tomorrow we'll have Torture Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We'll have Cotter versus Marshall at 8 o'clock, and in the 7 o'clock hour, we'll take your phone calls and text messages on some subject. I was just looking. I started creating our second half of the month list.
Okay.
Yesterday when I was sitting at the house.
Oh yeah, I'll get you some more stuff from Wise Brothers too. I can go through that.
I didn't use all your. I mean, you think I use more than 10?
Okay.
You probably sent me 15 or 20.
Yeah, I get some more though.
Yeah, you want to shoot me some? I think I'm going to add in more of what we're going to do on Wednesday. Wednesday is that and or one. The Elon Musk Bezos one.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to add more of those in.
Yeah, those are fun.
But I'm only going to see, I want to see how that does on Wednesday first.
Yeah, I get that.
If it absolutely bombs and we're just sitting there for 20 minutes, then yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, I like it. I think it could be fun. I think it's going to come down to what is the and/or. I think this one's a good one because I think it's pretty polarizing, or it could be polarizing.
It's somewhat timely too. Now that I think about it, I wish we kind of would have did it today, but whatever.
Excuse me, it's okay.
If the roofers are like outside when I leave today, I'm going to straight up ask them, and be like, "Hey, when are you guys done? When would you say you're leaving my presence?" So tomorrow is going to be a nice use of camera number 3 for Torture Tuesday, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put camera 3 in the box.
Oh, nice.
So
okay, I get that.
People will be able to see your
me
hand.
reach in there?
Yeah.
I like that. Oh shoot! All right, Monday's kicking in now. Getting tired. Thankfully, I waited into the last 40 minutes of the show.
Sorry, I'm working the camera back to spot after this morning's
attempt at Tawny Katane.
Whatever that was. Do you feel that yet? Because you just essentially did a front roll flip onto the ground.
Yeah, it was bad. Well, after attempting to pick up the 4 bags of potting soil yesterday, my back was a little stiff. So, yeah, it's gonna suck. I mean, it's not. I didn't blow out my back, so that's a plus. But I can feel it a little sore.
So that means tomorrow you're not going to show up for the show because you can't.
I can't move.
You can't move.
Yeah,
that sounds
chance
about right.
of that.
Nathan says I picked up some mountain candy over the weekend, and it's great beer. Glad you all had them on. Yeah, mountain candy from Sycamore was awesome, dude. I'm telling you. Sorry, let me fix my mic real quick. So I went to Sycamore on Saturday, and I think it was the last stop we made, second to last stop we made. Sycamore has this massive footprint. The building is a good size. I wouldn't say it's extraordinarily big, but they have a massive, massive back lot. And I'm talking it's a couple football fields big, right?
Holy crap.
And they have 3 or 4 food trucks out there, and they got some games, and then they have a line of porta potties. They have 10 to 12 porta potties in a row.
Right.
Washing stations, all that stuff. But it was massive. And it was like every white person in Charlotte was at Sycamore at like 4:30 on Saturday.
Right.
It was like, I mean, you want to talk, it's all the same person, right?
Yeah.
It was all the girls, in like their wedges and, their short shorts and their tank tops. And it was every guy in some douchey polo, tucked into their khaki shorts with their like dress shoes, and sunglasses. You're like, they just keep making that person. And I don't get it. But like, they were all there on Saturday.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, I'm talking there must have been, I said 1,000. That's probably over the top. 700.
That's still a lot of people.
There was so many people.
I'm just trying to picture that many people at a brewery that's not having a beer fest, but I can't. It's mind-boggling.
There was 3 food trucks, and there was a live band that stopped 20 minutes after I got there.
Oh, go figure.
I spent 35 minutes there because I told Logan I would stop by. I thought it'd be rude if I didn't, but I went there and had one beer, and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to wait in line for like 20 minutes to grab a beer again. It was kind of ridiculous. So
I get it.
I went to another brewery called Triple C down the road. And they had a they had a maple pancake stout that was pretty solid. And then I had just a rice lager. I've been really into rice lagers. Hop Atomica has one. They had one called Sakura. That was pretty good.
Nice.
Super easy, super tasty. Yeah, salmon khakis and polo with no loafers and no socks. Seriously. Like they just with loafers and socks. Yeah. There was that guy 1,000 times over in Charlotte.
You got about 30 seconds.
I either live in a simulation that day or they just honestly make that person over and over.
We'll be right back, guys. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Post all kinds of just individual videos. Like, I think me attempting the Tawny Katane tribute flip in the hallway needs to go up individually.
I will do some special stuff with that. I can't guarantee if it'll come out like it was shown live, but we'll do some special stuff with it for sure.
Fair enough. That's all I could ask. All right, guys, it's time for story number 1. This is Marshall's Music News.
So if you're an avid Pearl Jam fan, you're going to love this. Just over the weekend, the band put up a new immersive hub of their live shows called Deep that now includes 186 of the live shows from throughout their career.
Damn.
Now, if you break it down, that's 5,404 individual tracks the band put up, and it's a massive drop of shows. A lot of these have been bootlegs for a long time, but now they've put out official versions from tours they did in 2000, 03, 08, 13. You can start digging through the collection right now at deep.pearljam.com. Now, this thing is ridiculous. Like they had to put so much time into it because this immersive hub obviously is for live music, but you can also search by your favorite shows by category. You can even listen to fan curated playlists of these live shows.
Oh, wow.
Some of those playlists include best of tours, covers, politically infused Know Your Rights playlists. Also, each live bootleg in Deep has a show description written by 10 club super fans. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. Now, the hub also has a custom setlist generator to let you have a hand at arranging things by entering your name and birthday. You'll also receive a custom setlist with a graphic written in Eddie Vedder's handwriting that you can share on social media.
That is awesome.
They must have spent the last 10 years putting this thing together.
Wow.
This is incredible. If you're a Pearl Jam fan, get ready to get real wet, like we mentioned earlier in the show. Deep.pearljam.com. You're going to want to check this out.
All right, we got 2 more stories to go. Here is Pearl Jam, Super Blood, Wolf Moon. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Yeah, I love this song.
Dude, of the tracks they put out over the last few years, Super Blood Wolf Moon is
so good.
A jam. What was the single they put out?
The
just
Clairvoyant. Hold on a second.
Yeah, whatever that track is, Pearl Jam's new stuff is pretty rad.
Like I said, man, where is that song? It's a Ballad of the Clairvoyants, something of the Clairvoyants. Pearl Jam. I mean, their old stuff is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think Eddie Vedder's voice has gotten better as they've gotten older. I think their songwriting is they're willing to try different and weird things. I think the band has just gotten better. I mean, I really believe that band has just gotten better as they've gone.
Sasha, your comment earlier made us laugh just before the break. She goes, "You guys just engaged an entire Cotter versus Marshall session about potato salad, and you're not even drunk. No mustard for the win. What are you? And just refer to your beer as affordable instead of cheap."
There you go.
Sasha, I love you. God damn it. If I wasn't married, I'd take you out on a seafood dinner and then I'd never call you again. I'm telling you, man, if you're a Pearl Jam fan, deep.pearljam.com is ridiculous. I think you could probably honestly get lost in on that website for a couple days.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. I got about 2 minutes. Coming back, story number 2.
Oh, so while you were out, I came up with a good idea. So for the answer the internet questions, we weren't able to answer.
Yeah.
I think on a Saturday, somewhere closer to Christmas, we should do an ugly sweater answer the internet party.
Like that, yeah.
So we'll come in here on a Saturday night, like at 6, 7 o'clock,
right,
and we'll just answer a bunch of these questions, and we'll just drink the entire time.
I like that.
Stream only, stream exclusive. We'll put up some stuff prior to it.
Do we have like special guests to make it a true holiday special where they?
We could. We'll bring in
come knocking in on the door and be like, "Oh, who's here now, guys?"
We'll bring in Santa Claus.
Oh, there you go.
Santa Claus. We'll just be screaming like about dicks and stuff.
I like it.
Once again, not safe for work. No children should watch this stream. Should. We can't, make them not. Yeah, I was thinking we could do that later on in the year.
Yeah, that's
once
fun.
we, like I was saying, we only got 2 months into this thing. Vic dressed up as Santa Claus. Jesus Christ! Talk about a bad Santa situation.
Dude, that is.
The thing is, I couldn't put up with him for that long.
Well, no, he's a guest. It's in 10
minutes.
He's not sticking around the whole time.
Right, but do you think Vic walking in this building and then having a drink and then walking out is going to happen?
He's at the very end. So we tell him to get here at whatever.
Yeah, we tell him it starts at 7.
Yes.
But it actually ends at 7,
Yes.
and he just walks in at the end.
He walks in at the very end, makes an appearance, ho, ho, ho. It's like, all right, show's over, guys, because Santa's at the end.
How do we make him keep his clothes on?
Do you think he's going to get naked?
Yes.
Why
Vic,
would he get naked?
We're on camera.
Ugh.
Vic would. He would just get naked. You know he would.
Just disgusted now.
Yeah.
Be right back. Jeremy, I don't think they're going to allow chairs in. You can bring a blanket, sit down at the show. Buy those tickets now for the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert July 3rd. You can get the tickets at etix.com or the link over at rock1061.com. Got story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame people suck, okay? They really do suck for the fact that they don't put in my favorite artists every time that I want them to go in, but they do a fan vote. And essentially a fan vote, it stands for one singular vote towards that band.
So nothing.
As long as they make the top 5. Well, the cool news this year is the top 5 included some bands that we all really love, like Iron Maiden and the Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Iron Maiden came in at number 4. The Foo Fighters came in at number 5. Tina Turner came in at number 1.
I respect that.
And then the 2 other people I don't care about. We're not going to bring them up. But more importantly, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame plan on making their official announcements for the class that will be inducted in 2021 later on this month. Now, up on the ballot, once again, these people they're just like nominated. They're not going to be part of the class yet. Is Rage Against the Machine, Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, LL Cool J, the New York Dolls, Dionne Warwick, Devo, Kate Bush, Carole King, Chaka Khan, and Todd Rundgren. They're all up for induction into the 2021 class for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I think Rage Against the Machine is an absolute...
They got to go in.
Stamp them in. They're going in. I think Jay-Z, LL Cool J...
Yes. I mean, Mary J. Blige, I mean, you say, I get it. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not. It's just everything anymore.
Yeah.
Her career has been fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of people on that list that I go, yeah, I get it. They should be there.
You know what? Put Devo in there. Devo's on the list. Let's put Devo in there.
I mean, they're going to be more of the music nerdy sort of thing. Because, you know Devo for Whip It. And, I mean, that's kind of it. But the guys have been around forever. They have done other things. So, yeah, I'm not saying they're not deserving.
Well, it should be an interesting thing. I mean, the Foo Fighters and Iron Maiden, they're not going to make it this year, but they definitely will in coming years. But 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the class will be once again revealed later this month with the induction happening in Ohio later on this year and aired on HBO.
All right, we got one more story to go, and then we'll wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Yeah, the cool thing with where we're having the show, Jeremy, in regards to the Trustees Gardens, and I know a lot of people haven't been there because it's such a unique venue.
Yeah.
It's once again, it's an amphitheater styled seating arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this big hill that kind of rolls down, and that's where we're at the stage right at the bottom. So the cool thing about that is if you're in VIP, you're going to be sitting on the side view or kind of a higher right-hand view of the stage. So you'll have a great view there. If you just have GA tickets, which is totally cool. I mean, once again, amphitheater, you could pretty much sit anywhere kind of on the middle to higher end of the hill, and you're going to have a great shot of that stage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
And it's not a huge venue. I mean, yeah, we can hold technically 6,000 people there, but I mean, we're not expecting. I don't think 6,000 people. Half that would be nice.
Yeah,
4,000 people would be cool.
I mean, 6,000 would be fantastic.
Yeah, but so I mean, we're expecting a fun little crowd. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be really hot that day. So carrying around chairs and everything, probably not the best thing. But yeah, I think they're going to allow blankets in, like Cotter said.
Yeah, it's because of the slope to that hill. I mean, with chairs, I think it'd be a bigger pain in the ass than most people would expect because of the way that the thing's slanted down. So, but yeah, I think there are blankets you can bring in.
So coming up on Marshall's Music News, the last story of the day, and then we're going to bounce out for the day. We're currently in commercials. We're going to talk about the FBI and their file on Kurt Cobain, which they just made public over the weekend for the very first time.
So crazy.
So what I'm going to do is, obviously didn't think that out. I put the link in my music news story, but that's not the computer I need to drop it in.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a dummy. So let me fix that real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the link to the FBI in the... Let's see. That's not what I want. I'm going to put the link to the FBI file so you can actually look at them yourselves because they're honestly kind of interesting. There we go. Roofers once again directly over our heads. No big deal. Once again, I'll say it. Torture Tuesday tomorrow is going to be ridiculous. Like we're not going to kill Cotter, obviously, but he is going to look so ridiculous with everything he has to brush his teeth with.
Yeah, I stand by it. I think it's going to be probably the most because we really haven't done too many what I would call disgusting Torture Tuesdays. I mean, I drank the prune juice out of your cleat. That was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's really it, right? I mean, I can't think of too many that I just call disgusting.
Yeah.
So I think I think it's going to be gross for everybody to look at, not just me.
Yeah, I just put the link up for the Kurt Cobain thing too, which I don't know why it posted like 3 times in a row. So, but anyway, guys, yeah. So super cool stuff, kind of from the FBI this weekend, because last thing you think of is the FBI being cool, but the FBI dropping the files they have. Only 10 pages though. I mean, I feel like there's got to be 10 pages, more than 10 pages, but. Maybe we should do Santa Gibby instead of Santa Vic.
Yeah.
There's so many intangibles when it comes to bringing Vic into your circle.
He's the last. No, he's the last guy, and we tell him to come in when it's almost over.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to come and hang.
Mm-hmm.
He's in at the end.
We just got to make sure he's sober too.
Yeah,
which would be difficult.
That's true.
Because you can at least you can quell Vic.
Yeah.
When he's sober, like Vic, don't say that. Vic, don't do that.
Yeah.
When he's drunk, Vic almost murdered me once while drunk in Jacksonville at Welcome to Rockville.
Vic.
Don't get me wrong. I love Vic. He's just like a little bit of a wild card.
No, very much so. Very much so.
It was our third favorite sales manager's birthday over the weekend.
It was. He turned the big 5-0.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you contribute to Michael's golf fund?
I did.
I did too.
Yep.
I thought it'd be rude if I didn't. Mostly because I give him so much shit. So we all a lot of us chimed in here at the radio station and put like a little fund together for our third favorite sales manager, Mike. Bought him some new golf clubs. Well, actually, the thing is, we just gave him the cash.
Yeah, he was as he was leaving work on Friday. He's like, I'm getting drunk, and he was holding the money. So he's not buying golf clubs.
Yeah. Well, now I'm disappointed because in my mind I bought him golf clubs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he did.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Lilac chiming in. Can't wait to rock out 7-3. Going to be so much fun. Love you guys.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's going to be fun. Thank you guys for being part of the show. Appreciate that immensely. I think it's going to be awesome. Got about 3.5 minutes.
Let's make sure. This weekend is the rescheduled King of the Hog barbecue.
Yep.
Which is happening at Savannah Harley Davidson. You and I are going to be judges out there. So make sure to come out and hang with us this coming Saturday.
What time is it? It starts at 11, but we're
going to get there at 1:30-ish, and then we'll be there till like 4-ish. With so much action up on the roof today, I can only imagine they're going to be done.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
God, that document's underwhelming.
I know, man. But it's cool. I mean, it's cool to see that it actually exists and is out there.
Hey, Lilac guys, if you guys are still around watching, do you guys have any shows coming up so people can check you out ahead of time before July 3rd?
We could easily look it up, but we're lazy.
I know. They'll know. They can just type it in.
Yeah. Don't you know your own schedule? You're asking rock people to tell us their own schedule. They don't fucking know. We barely even know what we're doing the next day. You think they know what they're going to do over the next couple weekends? We have to both look at each other and think really hard. Be like, tomorrow's Wednesday. What the fuck do we do on Wednesdays?
Something tells me they're way more prepared than us.
I highly doubt that. Rock stars, man.
Maybe I could talk the hubby into going this weekend. Yeah, I wanted to do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, King of the Hog barbecue competitions is coming Saturday. I mean, the weather, high of 75 and sunny is what they're calling for right now. Knowing us, it's probably going to rain out again. But,
I know, right?
But that's happening this coming weekend. I think it's from like 11 until 4, but we're not going to get there until like 1:30 because once again, we got the rock star mentality without being the whole rock star thing.
I do have to talk to Cabrera because the original date, he had somebody who was going to like make announcements.
Mm-hmm.
That person cannot be there. So it's like, hey, since you're going to be there, do you mind? I'm like, dude, whatever you need, it's fine. So I got to check with him and see what time.
No way.
So
he roped you in. Just tell him to pay you?
Oh, yeah, there's money.
Oh, good.
I just figured if we made announcements, we'd split it.
You can have it. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to show up aggressively late and drunk. Aggressively. Hey, man, when you have a brand, you got to stick to it.
That's true.
So... What do you mean Marshall's sober? He's sober? He can be sober?
All right, guys, got about a minute. We'll head in. Final break of the morning. Thank you guys for hanging out all morning. Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Back tomorrow.
This past Friday, we had an all-time streaming numbers day. Just like overall. And, it was a good show.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that great. But damn, guys, thank you so much for making our stream grow. I mean, it is seriously growing week upon week. So we're very excited about what we're doing here on the stream and obviously on air as well. It translates to both very well. No, Tim, I'm not your uncle when it comes to the drunk thing.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, heading over, story number 3, Marshall's Music News.
So over the weekend, the FBI had made the 10-page file pertaining to the death of Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain available to the public with minimal redactions. Now, although the case file is fairly brief, it's only 10 pages long, and it's honestly, I think Tim the engineer even said it on the stream. He goes, that was underwhelming. It doesn't actually include much. Now, we did have a couple people in the file document state that they wanted the case to be reopened back on September 21st, 2006 and November 20th of 2006, pretty much stating that they felt that the suicide note that Kurt Cobain was more of a retirement note from music as opposed to actually a suicide note stating they believe someone murdered Kurt Cobain. But the FBI just responded back with, We good. Nope. they sent a much longer letter.
I would imagine.
Essentially, that's what they said. So the file is actually kind of interesting. So if you do want to check it out, go ahead and go to our stream on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. I put the link there if you want to check it out yourself. But it was kind of a cool thing to check out.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, we've got Dude of the Week Deathmatch. You can check out the Facebook pages a little bit later on this evening. You can vote on that. Cotter versus Marshall. We'll argue about something. And then, of course, Torture Tuesday, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, the box of
mysteries. I feel like I'm Scooby-Doo at this point.
That's really
Scooby-Doo. Or I'm like doing a bad Adam Sandler impression.
Yes.
Mysteries.
I will be brushing my teeth with weird and potentially disgusting substances and items.
Oh, there's going to be lots of disgusting.
Oh, can't wait for that. That's tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Be sure to hop on that stream for that. We will talk to you again tomorrow. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, thanks for that. Let's answer a few things. Did y'all have more news on the show on the 3rd? Yes, July 3rd. I mean, we've kind of just gone over the information. We don't really have anything new in regards to it. Puddle of Mud, Sponge, Filter, Lilac. It's going to be a great show. I do have my own VIP tickets. Then you're good, Andrew. You're all set, man. You can bring a blanket. How about that? There's some new information for you. Lilac says... Callie and I own a barbecue food truck. We will have to bring you guys some barbecue backstage for the show. I love that, actually.
That's awesome.
We are fat guys inside and out. Love those details. All right, tomorrow, as Cotter said, Torture Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We'll do Cotter versus Marshall 8 o'clock. What else do we have?
Dude of the Week Deathmatch 7:45ish.
Boom.
And then everything else, trivia, all that good stuff.
Yep. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow.
See you, Wanda.
6 a.m. Peace out.